0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
All right, folks, enjoy the show. Stay tuned. We're going live in 5, 4, 3.
Morning Mayhem starts now with David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore. Live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Two things you need to know. I'm a king. And number two is, look out, man. Look at that. They're coming at you. You see that? It's called karate, man. Only two kinds of people know. The Chinese and the king. And one of them is me.
Absolutely, brother.
6:09. You know what we got to do on this Monday? We got to move it. Let's go.
Hit that collar now. Move it.
Hey, baby, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party. Baby. Woo.
On the jet to the promise. Come on, I'm so hot now.
Okay. Settle down. All right, Gary. Thanks, Jay.
All right, first one, let's go.
Los Angeles.
We hear you out there, everybody. We hear him. That little rip.
Swing low chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Touch your engines and cool your wings.
All right,
Los Angeles.
All right. We're going to get this party started. It is 6:11 on this Monday, June 16th. We come to you live from Branson, Missouri, on the road again. Well, I tell you what, we see St. Joe, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Branson, Missouri. Has there been one other in between that, or no? Is that it?
No.
We may be be in Memphis next Monday.
Correct. Now, we are indeed have been in 3 of our border states now.
Yes.
Which I dig that.
Yes.
So we're there. This is what did Jessica tell me this was? The biggest the capital of entertainment and the biggest capital of entertainment in the world. I don't know. I should be better prepared.
Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, David.
Good morning, Josh, back in the studio. How are you?
Morning, lads.
What's up, Josh?
We had a good time last night. We're up here. We were at the Terry Bradshaw Variety Show last night. He had some fun with us, Josh, from the stage, and it was a fun hour-and-a-half show. And a lot of Arkies that were there. A lot of folks who listened to our show showed up there, so it was good. We called the Hogs.
We sure did.
We interrupted the show.
He didn't have any idea. He said, "How many is it?"
Yeah, that's it. We did 3. So anyway, that's why we're up here. We're not in Omaha, but that will be a big discussion today as the Hogs will play again today at 1 o'clock after losing to LSU 4-1 on Saturday night. It was the bats went silent. Not a too bad a job for the pitching staff, other than right off the bat with Zach Root and. But we'll break that down. Going to have a good show. Chris Kane will be here shortly. Brought to you by Trader Bill's. Justin Aker will be checking in from Omaha. Chris Curry, head coach of the Trojans, will be stopping by. I'm sure it will give us some good insight about the game. Bill Vickery, brought to you by a restaurant, will be by Pat Bradley in the 9 o'clock hour. No graffiti today. Just being on the road. We'll do graffiti once we get back in.
You bet.
Well, actually, we're on the road tomorrow, so maybe we.
Well, then
Wednesday.
Because we'll be back Wednesday. Yeah, that's right.
It was one of those things where Roger and I was emceeing an event that was the All Arkansas Preps event, and I was trying to watch the game. And Sully, we actually had video of the game going on during the event. It was, I don't know how, some people may not have liked it, but we were showing it. Hogs just couldn't get any hits going. He had 4 hits, and you got to give it up for Cade Anderson, the pitcher for LSU. We talk about this quite often. Great pitching probably, on average, trumps great hitting. And the bats that had been such a big deal for the Razorbacks this year, we were averaging, the team batting average was .313. I think we were 4 of 29 on the game Saturday night, and just could not get anything.
Couldn't do it.
Could not get anything.
Could not get over the hump. It was all as low scoring as it was all LSU. Gabe
Gackle came in, did a great job pitching wise.
Yeah, Root was. He pulled him. Listen, I think he walked.
Had 2 walks in the
but wasn't it 8 pitches? Wasn't it 8 pitches that walked the first 2? And then the.
I was thinking he was 0-2. Had an 0-2 count on one of them, Josh. I think that's right. But it was.
I think so.
Yeah, it was just one of those ones you got to. Let me make sure here too. You just got listen. You got to get some hits, man. You got to get some run support, and the Hogs didn't have it. So now, Roger, you got to win 4 in a row.
Yeah, man.
You got to win 4 in a row. Starting today at 1:00. So that means there will be no out of bounds today, and part of the zone will be interrupted because of the pregame. So 1:00 against Murray State. You've got the feel good story rather.
Right.
The Hawks should be able to take care of business today. That would be a horrible deal if they get knocked out today. I don't think that's going to be the case. I looked at the Oakland Sports app. We might look and see what the.
I'm going to look it up, but I don't want you to start putting that kind of stuff out in this universe.
I know. So anyway, the game will be at 1:00 today. A couple other things. I mentioned Chris Kane coming in here. Got a new Miss Arkansas who will meet Wednesday. Her name is Kennedy Holland. She's Miss Metro. I don't know where Miss Metro is from. I don't know if that's Little Rock. I presume. I don't know where it's from.
Now, I know
she's from Greenwood.
That's a big area when you speak about the ratings books.
Metro. That's right.
Metro, yeah.
Now I know she sings. Yeah. She sings. That's her talent. So. Maybe we can get a little bit of that over the weekend. This week. Yes.
Run line, Baz. The Hogs are giving up 3.5 runs.
So they're a 3.5 run favorite. Okay, yeah. That's not surprising.
Is that what I'm looking at, Josh? Money line
yes.
minus 530. Okay, yeah. Okay. Total runs 10.5 in this game. Over unders 10.5.
Josh, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I think you guys hit it pretty well. Look, like Arkansas. Oh, my mic's all over the place. Arkansas is 5-1 in the postseason, so if you take that on the whole, just like for baseball, that's actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. The only problem is college baseball, the way that they format their postseason is that 2 losses sees you go home. So
right.
You can still be playing really well. Arkansas in general is playing really well, and LSU's lost a game, right? LSU lost the Trojans. They almost lost the Trojans twice.
Right.
So it happens. And man, Kate Anderson was just on it.
Yep.
He really was on it. And that's a tough guy to hit. And everybody can say, oh, it's the Hogs. They always do this. It's the Hogs. But, sometimes you just get unlucky and you run up against a guy who's really just got his stuff going. And he was 95, 96, 90, in the mid-90s, the fastball. And then that breaking pitch, they had a really difficult time with that. I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter. I'm sure you guys did too about how high the spin rate was. And just kind of the location of these pitches. It was breaking a lot. It was coming at him, from all different angles, and thought he did a good job elevating the fastball too. So it was a tough night. It was a tough night, but I think LSU kind of deserves credit for more than anything else.
Yeah, it's there were 4 hits. I think Koshel had 1, and I think the Aloy brothers had 2. Then he had the home run. That was pretty much it. And I think they had 2 ending double plays. By the way, no Cam Koshel today. We just obviously didn't want to. He needs to be focused on the task at hand. We'll get him after the games are done, or at least after they get through the stretch. Again, it's not improbable, Raj and Josh. Josh, you might go back and look and see how many times. I want to say I saw the number was 10 or 12 in the history of the College World Series that a team had worked its way out of the losers bracket. Now, one thing about Arkansas, Raj and Josh, their bullpen has been a positive. Has been a positive. So that's what you got to have now. And then you mentioned Roger taking out Root. He only threw 38 pitches, so he's still fresh. He wants to bounce back and come back and play well. So anyway, it's just one of those games too. You hate. You look. When you don't hit the ball, you just lose the momentum, and And I didn't get a chance to watch. I got a chance to watch the highlights. Again, as Josh said, Anderson was just on, and I think isn't he a top 10 draft pick?
Probably
prospect?
Probably
I
will
think
be.
he's top 10, top 20. So he's legitimate. He's the real deal kind of guy. So it is what it is there. So also you had yesterday you had the U.S. Open decided that Josh, I was completely wrong.
Well done.
I think in the history of the U.S. Open, there's only been 8 wire-to-wire winners, and J.J. Spawn now I think makes number 9. With
Wire to wire, you mean?
Start to finish.
I don't think was he in the lead the entire time?
I think he was. That was my point. He was in the lead. I think on after day 1. I think he was the leader, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he was. I think 2 of the 4, Hovland and I think in Spawn, were in the top 4. And I said they will not be there. You very rarely get that, and they end up being there on day 4.
Yeah.
Pretty darn impressive. So. But yeah, I think it's only happened.
Tough
7 or 8
course.
times.
Tough course.
No,
they were not having fun yesterday.
No, they had one guy under par, right? It was him, right?
Yeah. Did you all see the putt to win?
Yeah, 64 feet. Yeah,
Good Lord,
it was crazy.
Well, thinking about it, when they make it so tough, then this is what it leads to.
Yeah.
Is somebody that's not a favorite. So is that cool? I'm not of one that is such a purist that I want to see a bunch of birdies made or this and that and this and that. I like to see a story like this. John Daly was a story like this.
Well, of course, Daly's not a. Remember what he said. Not a fan.
I know. But
I sort of like to see the guy, the best in the world, challenged, because a lot of times I'd rather see him challenged than see a 25 under par.
Well, no, absolutely. Well, where was he?
Who's that?
The best in the world.
Yeah,
Scotty was 4 over, I think. I think he finished at 4. So not too far.
Yeah.
That's listen, because even the guy that comes in last gets a check, doesn't he?
In golf?
If you made the cut, I think. I think to make the cut to get paid.
Okay, same difference to me.
So you get the NBA finals going on tonight. The series tied up 2-2.
Actually,
Indiana.
it's hockey tonight, I believe.
Is it hockey?
Is it hockey tonight? Hold on.
No, tonight's
hockey's
Tuesday.
I got my dates mixed up.
Did you put that in the Sports Slam, Josh? You gotta
it's not going to make it. That's fine. My CBS Sports app had me switch the next day.
Yes, Indiana, Oklahoma City tonight, and then at 7:30, and then tomorrow night you got the hockey. Maybe people are saying one of the greatest Stanley Cup finals ever, just back and forth. Chris Kane will tell us about that. He is big into that. So, Roger, we had a good time last night. We'll be driving back today. But it was fun listening to our buddy. He kept referencing and say the boys from Little Rock.
Yeah, he did.
Boys from Little Rock.
Yep.
And
several listeners came in and said that they heard us on the show.
They did.
That they're up there. A couple of them are going up to Omaha.
That's
after
right.
that. So they're doing so they're already halfway there on their way to Omaha. So that's going to be cool for them. But just to have them come up and let us know that they listen and all that, I'm always surprised. I saw. Josh, I told Baz, after we got out of the theater, it was 9:30 or whatever, and we're staying in an Airbnb or a VRBO. I don't know the difference, tomato. And I said, but look, we have no coffee, we have no cream, we have nothing.
Yes.
I have no Topo Chico. I've got to make a Walmart
We
run.
had to go to Walmart last night.
So we go to Walmart, we go in there, and I picked up some things, and I run into Jeremy. Forgive me for not getting his last name. Jeremy and his wife Whitney. Jeremy is a fireman in Russellville. He cooked our breakfast.
Can you believe
when
that,
we were
Josh?
there?
He walks into a random Walmart.
Wow.
A Walmart in Branson.
In Branson?
10 o'clock, at 10 o'clock
in
at
Branson.
night and sees the guy that cooked breakfast for us.
His family lives up here, so he's right here.
And you're crazy, Josh. So then we're sitting there, and a guy walks up, and I knew he looked familiar. He said, "Hey man, hey Baz," he said, "I'm here because we were hearing you guys talk about it." Mooney Starr, who's the owner and promoter of Batesville Motor Speedway, where Mark Martin, cut his teeth, and he still owns and runs the track there. Then Josh, that's 3 rows behind me. Then this guy in front of me turns around. He said, "You guys from Arkansas?" I said, "Yeah," and vice versa. And I said, "Were you from up there?" He said, "Yeah." Then he said, "Yeah, I played ball up there." I said, "Play ball up there?" And he wasn't looking back at me.
No.
He just had it sort of head. And I said, "I did too." He said, "BAZZEL?" And it was a guy that was a freshman when I was a senior, sitting right in front of me. That was a former teammate.
And then 2 rows in front of me, at about 2:00, a fellow by the name of Bill Sandage.
Yeah.
He says he listens to the show. He saw Terry 25 years ago. His son now they live in Benton. His son listens to the show as well. And so Bill and Sherry, his wife, Sandage, were up there because their son Mark said, "Hey, they're going to be up there in Branson. Terry's going to be up there." So he came up to see the show. Absolutely.
6 degrees of morning mayhem.
I'm telling you, that's what it is, Josh.
And then so when I said, "Yeah, we got a ton of Arkansans here." Now the show was going on. So you know what I did, Josh? It's time to call him. So we start calling the Hogs. And
he thinks one's enough.
Yeah, he's like, no.
Then it was 2, and he starts talking. Wait a minute, we got one more.
And of course, Josh, he started talking about. He said those boys got me in trouble. He said, boys got me in trouble talking about Aaron Rodgers. He said, looking forward to doing a weekly call with him during football season.
He sure did. And
Let's go.
he made some other comments about Roger.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty strong.
Yep.
Did he come after you again?
Did he come after Roger? No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, it was that was not Jeremy.
I think
Dodd.
his wife thinks I'm.
Jeremy Dodd.
Oh, thank you, Jeremy Dodd. Thank you.
Yeah, his wife Tammy was super nice again last night. Just really just accommodating and just really just super.
I know, you know what I get now?
What's
I
that?
get the impression she thinks I'm a creep.
She does. Why do you think that?
I don't know. There's something about. I thought she was a hugger.
Yeah.
And then when you go in to hug somebody, you get the side hug.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think I saw that with me too. I think she's just sort of my mother went up and gave her a front hug.
Well, that's a different story with your mom and the ladies and all that. We're up here with Glenna Butler, who has been a friend of mine.
You know, Glenna, we were talking about you, Josh. Glenna was last night.
I saw her on Saturday night. Yeah,
she said that. Yeah.
She's wonderful. I met Glenna the first time I started going to Boudreaux's for the watch parties, and she started coming in there and has just a wonderful person. And she's befriended your mom for the last several years.
Yes. Yeah.
They're good friends, and Glenda has been a Touchdown Club member and all that, and Razorback fan. She's just a good person. So she's up here with us, with your mom. And Jessica is with you, and Samantha's with me.
Good at time. They had a good time.
Oh, and did you tell about the guy we met in Leslie when we stopped in Leslie?
Oh, another listener.
Listener. He lives in Benton. You know, he lives in Benton.
But from Marshall. Yeah.
No, is he from Marshall?
He says from
his
there.
family's from Marshall.
Yeah.
That's right. Ryan Treadwell.
Yeah.
With Blue Cross. Ryan Treadwell with Blue Cross lives in Benton. I'm telling you.
Everywhere we went. Yeah. Jeremy Dodd is the gentleman who cooked.
Thank you for that. I apologize, but he and his wife very nice.
A couple other things. I had a chance Saturday night. Josh, I don't know if you know this name or not. Demario Davis. Have you heard that name before? So he was the guest speaker that I interviewed for the All Arkansas Preps banquet. I didn't know this, Josh. I told Roger and told the crowd there of 1,000 people. He graduated from Arkansas State, from Mississippi. He will start his 14th year in the league next year. He's with the Saints. It'll be his 8th year with the Saints. Right now, he is currently ranked 25th in all-time tackles in the history of the NFL. Sort of a guy that's flown beneath the radar because he's not a real flashy type. But how about that? I mean, he's got probably another 2-3 years left in him. He'll probably be top 10, top 15 all-time tackler. Wow. Of course, I told him, I said we had Ray Lewis at the Touchdown Club, and of course he loved Ray. But what a great guy. Just super nice guy, really solid performer. They love him down in New Orleans, but he did a great job Saturday night. You know, and then, of course, there were a lot of great athletes. Roger, the last time we were in Sheridan, we always have the
head coach.
You have the coach for softball and in golf. It's Scott Hoffman,
right? And
his girl, Skylar Sterrett, won the Athlete of the Year, Female Athlete of the Year. She's only a junior. And then the you know what? Same thing with the guys. Who won it for the guys? Josh, you want to take a guess? He's only a junior too, which is really rare.
Kane Archer.
Kane Archer is correct. So I saw Kane. I talked to him, and I said, were you, because he's going to UCF. I think he wanted to go to
He's committed
Arkansas.
to UCF.
That's committed. That's right. And so he had a good attitude. He said, "Hey, listen, God's will, whatever. He like Scott Frost.
Yeah.
And but
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, things could happen. Things could happen between now and then. You never know. But you're right. But you talk about a good-looking kid. I mean, we've had him at the Touchdown Club, but he looks like a darn linebacker.
Right.
He does.
He does.
How tall is he?
Well, it was hard for me to tell. He looked like he was a 6'1" guy, somewhere around there. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's 6 foot. I was thinking he was around 6'1". I could be wrong on that.
Well, and while you were doing that, I was in Hot Springs Saturday night about 9:30.
Yeah.
It was the first of maybe 5. We'll do it through August. The next one is on June 28th. I'm talking about the pool party bikini contest at Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort.
The lady bikinis were flowing.
Dude, they sure were. They were sure. It was. Listen,
should Josh have been there to help you judge?
Absolutely. Well, I don't know about judge. He should have been there to hold down the crowd.
Some of those girls were Josh's age.
Well, I don't know if Josh is in a new relationship. It might not be.
That is true.
Conducive to that relationship. Although I know his current female.
Well, by the way, do we need to say congratulations, Josh, or no?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. My girl Megan, she graduated from nursing school at Baptist this weekend. So that was nice.
She's been to the last few weeks. She's been to.
Yeah, she has. She's been the linchpin in making Josh come to the.
She's a winner. She's a winner.
She's a nice girl.
We like her.
A nice young lady. But so there were a lot of guys down there to see the bikini contest.
Yes.
A ton of guys to see it, and it was fun. It was fun to see what was going on.
Did you feel like you were too old to be doing that, or no?
I didn't think I was too old.
Okay.
I did wear compression pants, but it was one of those things that when you're doing. I was with Tina Ho, Chris Ho's wife, and Nancy Holtis, Mr. Holtis's wife.
Yeah.
And we were judges. You were supposed to be there,
Yes.
but you had that conflict.
Yes.
Conflict. You were doing that, and we'll be back at the end of August because. There was a third place got $100, second place got $200, first place got $300, first and second qualified to come back in August to finish this thing. So it was fun. I appreciate them letting me do that. That was a Saturday. A little chilly out there because it rained like nuts.
Yeah.
Saturday. But it was all fine. Thanks to everybody at Oakland. And go to oakland.com for more details about that and everything else.
There's another round? There's another round of it?
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's June 28th. Thanks for asking. June 28th is the next one this month.
How about that?
And then they'll continue on with another 3 or 4 more into the end of August.
Boy, it was a rough weekend around the state of Arkansas on the roads. 9 people killed, 10 hurt in collisions around Arkansas this weekend. It's really, really rough. So, obviously, the big story today will be the Razorbacks playing at 1 o'clock. That means pregame will be at 12:30. We'll visit with Justin Akery in the 7 o'clock hour, along with Chris Curry, who, again, coached against LSU this year and Arkansas. We'll see what he's got to say other than bats get to work. Also, we lost a very important person in with the Little Rock Touchdown Club. We'll talk about that when we come back over the weekend. Really sad deal there. It's National Fudge Day today, Roger.
All right, not a big fan.
It's National Fresh Veggies Day.
I'm all right with that.
And Josh, more importantly, it's National Take Your Cat to Work Day. Meow. And of course, we have here for that. Got the officer talks like a cat. He's already at work. Meow, 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 meow. Yes, it means go to break, right? Meow.
Pat Bradley joins Morning Mayhem each week courtesy of Cabot Outdoors, where you can save up to $600 on DeWalt products when you buy a Hustler Fast Track Series mower. Check us out at cabotoutdoors.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 40% chance of a scatter shower or thunderstorm for this Monday with highs in the mid-80s. We'll see clearer conditions as we go in for tonight with lows in the mid-70s. Warming up for your Tuesday, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of a scatter shower or 2. Highs tomorrow to the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tickets are on sale now for Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, July 24th at the Hall, featuring Bobby Petrino and Taylon Green, plus former Hawks Casey Dick and Niall Davis, with dinner from Corky's. Get your tickets at LittleRockHall.com. Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and brought to you in part by Oakland Sports, the Gangster Museum and the Hattery of Hot Springs, First Trust Home Loans, AY Magazine, Arkansas Money and Politics, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and Connect Service Solutions. Special thanks to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue and Party Time Rental and Events.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood. Our employee pricing program was such a big hit for May. We're going to do it again in June. We had a fantastic month, and you really responded. Remember, employee pricing simply means you pay what we pay. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. Folks, there's no gimmicks, no hoops. You pay what we pay. Only Fletcher Dodge has the discounts in addition to employee pricing of up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Got some other great deals. New Jeep Wranglers, $7,000 off. New Jeep Compasses for only $379 a month with no money down. Don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes right on the internet. FletcherCredit.com. At Fletcher Dodge, we're always going to give you the best price and the lowest finance rates. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
Serious injuries happen every day.
If it happens to you, don't wait. Dial 8.
Dial 8 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton.
888-8888.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
We've got you covered, Arkansas.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
It's Brad and Stephanie here, owners at Mosquito Joe. Stephanie, lots of people ask us how we ever got involved in Mosquito Joe. Tell them what you told me years ago when we first started.
I said if you figured out a way to keep the mosquitoes out of our yard without coating ourselves and kids with bug spray, then sign me up. And if this works, we have to share this with our friends and neighbors.
To this day, that's the mission of Mosquito Joe. It's our passion to make outside fun again for all Arkansans. Whatever's bugging you outside, we've got the solution.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Chicago Cubs pitcher and Conway native Jordan Wicks gets in the zone with Justin and DJ each week. Brought to you by Crane Buick GMC of Conway. Crane serves with the best customer service, whether you shop online or visit in person. Crane Buick GMC of Conway. Stop by today.
Let's keep the good vibes going. Morning Mayhem is back on the air. Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. For more than a decade, Chris Kane has graced the airwaves of KATV Channel 7 as weekend sports anchor with Steve Sullivan, and then later news anchor and personality of KATV's Daybreak Morning Show. He's the current MC of the prestigious Miss Arkansas pageant. He's guest hosted every show on the Buzz, and he's an expert on solar power. But today, it's all about mayhem. Brought to you by Trader Bills. Check out their new line of pontoon boats in Hot Springs and off I-30 in Little Rock, and get out on the water.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It's 6:35. Roger and I coming to you live from Branson, Missouri, where we took in the Terry Bradshaw show last night. I see that we've got a crawl at the bottom, Roger, that says the live entertainment capital of the world, or of the United States. I'm not sure which one it is, or maybe just Missouri.
I think
I don't
it's
know.
a live entertainment capital.
Is it bigger than Vegas?
That's one of the things.
Do you want to take the world off there, or just
Listen, it's your state, your college state.
Yeah, we didn't visit Branson very much.
That was the intro for Chris Kane, so I presume CK is in studio. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, gentlemen. How's old Branson doing these days?
Branson was wonderful last night. Had a blast, and Little Rock got a lot of call-outs last night, and there were Arkansans there at the show, and so we represented.
What a small world. I was listening on the way over, and all the different interactions you guys had with all the with people you knew, old teammates. You just can't escape it.
Hey, how bizarre is that? He goes, I said, because I didn't recognize. He said, Scott Davis. I said, Scott Davis. He was a freshman when I was a senior. just right in front of me.
This is Scott Davis with two T's?
The two T's, yes.
Okay, we know Scott Davis.
That's right, yes.
Okay.
Well, Christian, listen, you had a busy weekend. We'll be playing your clip of you announcing the new Miss Arkansas.
Yes.
And I was saying we need to find out where is Miss Metro from. Is that Metro Little Rock, or is that it's Kennedy Holland is the winner? But where's Miss Metro from?
My immediate inclination is to say, I believe that is Metro, as in Central Arkansas.
Okay, so, you're not sure yourself.
Now, Kennedy goes to the University of Central Arkansas. She's a Bear.
Okay,
so,
she's a Bear. She's from Greenwood.
Yes, I couldn't say with 100% certainty, but I'm 99% sure Miss Metro is held right here in the Little Rock Metro, the Central Arkansas Metro.
She had been three different. She'd held the three different titles, if you will, Raj. So, sometimes
Well, you got to go. It takes more than one qualifier.
That's right, and I'll have that somewhere. I had it here in front of me, but I've missed it.
Now, we're just glad she's there.
But I love Chris's. When you wait till you hear the delivery, everybody, when Chris does, he's been doing how many years? 8 years, 7 years.
10, Chris? I believe.
10.
10. Yeah.
So the delivery, I'm gonna guess how it goes. It's gonna go, ladies and gentlemen, your new Miss Arkansas is Miss. And then, you have two pauses. You need Miss Arkansas, pause.
I thought
you go,
I thought my phone froze.
Teasing that audience, aren't you, Chris?
Well, there's a certain flow to it, and I always try. And anytime there's an announcement like that, whether it's the last person in like the top 5, where like this last name I call will be in the top 5. Now the biggest thing here is. And you'll hear in the clip, the clip right before, I guess, I cut it off for time purposes. It says the next name, but there's actually 2 names listed there. So, like, to avoid a Steve Harvey moment, you have to understand one of these girls is your Miss Arkansas, and it's the first name you announce, not the first runner-up, which is the next one. So, anyway, you want to avoid going viral, and you don't want to be that clip of getting it wrong. And so I sat there and read it over and over and over. And I looked at Sarah Collins next to me, and I looked at her like, do you want to do it? And she looked at me like, no, you go ahead. And I'm like, okay.
I was with you 100%. I kind of thought, for nothing else, that there was a little bit of pause in there to doing that. Listen, I know how nerve-wracking it is the last time I called out the winners of the BuzzBQ contest to make sure you get the right one because they're all listed. It's a little bit different. No disrespect to those champions. But, I'm with you 100%, Chris. I mean, because that's it. Everything has been great up until that moment.
That's right.
This is it.
She is majoring in communications, and her talent is singing. What do you know? Can you recall what she's saying, Chris?
I don't know the song. I do remember. I mean, she's got great vocals, though. Powerhouse. Knock the roof off.
Well, we will have her on the show Wednesday, Roger.
We'll be in studio.
Yeah, we'll be in studio, and so maybe she can maybe we can play a little bit of her performance. And but you had that going on. We had the All Arkansas Preps banquet going on right down the street, and we were watching the Razorback game. Sully actually had video. Of course, I said, Sully. Now I said, you got some people out here that aren't Razorback fans. So I said, don't go too long on that video.
Just give it to him anyway, Baz. Give it to him.
Well, he did have one moment where he goes to it, and who hit the home run for us? It just went blank.
Reese Robinette. Yeah,
Robinette. He goes to the video and he goes, all right, everybody, let's just check in real quick. He goes, Robinette swings, hits it out of the park live.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
That's top notch. Good morning.
That was it. But it was a great banquet down there. You guys had a good deal. The only thing that didn't go right was the Razorbacks. And when you don't hit, it makes the game. It's one thing to lose like 5-4, but when you have 4 hits, you just and you're a great hitting team. You're averaging .313 and you're 4 for 29. It just sort of takes the wind out of the whole thing. You're like, oh wow.
Now, do you want to make any comment about the Twitter that we saw last night? Okay.
Yeah. But by the way, too, no Cam Koziel today. We wanted him to be focused on the game, and obviously they play at 1:00, so we were not going to bother him. So as we mentioned, 12:30 would be the pregame. So that means
no out of bounds today.
No out of bounds at all. Joe and West. Yes.
And drive time could
limited.
Push back.
Limited.
Yeah. It is because I'm headed to Omaha myself, me and
yes.
Nobody. I'm not going.
There are.
You trying to think of the baseball expert.
Yeah. You have to win 4 in a row now. That means you got to beat LSU twice. So they will play Murray State tonight. Then they get the loser
today.
No guarantee they'll have to play LSU twice. The UCLA could win.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. We'll take the winner rather of. It'll be the loser. I think we take the loser.
So they'll play Murray State. They'll play the loser of UCLA and LSU, and they'll have to beat the winner twice.
That's all you need to know. Right. Hogs play at 1. If they win, they play again.
So they'll have one day. If they make the run, if they win, and we'll talk to Chris Curry about this. If they make the run, they get one day off. They get Friday off, right? And then this championship series goes Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's too. Did we do too much hyping between the end of the Super Regional? All the stories, the feel-good stories.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
to me, it's no brainer with Cam. You have to talk.
All of them. I think it's part of. Dave Van Horn. This is going to be his.
Oh,
this is.
You know what? No. I don't know. Maybe you saw too much of it. I didn't.
Okay, maybe that's it. I saw a lot of it.
You sure did.
But that's part of. That's part of telling the story.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, listen. He was the highest ranked team still there.
Yes.
He's been there for as long as he has.
See, I know.
All the different variables, but they all centered around one thing: not winning.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what you're thinking about.
Did you, Chris? We talked about it on Thursday and Friday, about how many fans would be there. Somebody said it looked like Arkansas had more fans than LSU. Is that? Do we know that for a fact? That I didn't get a chance to watch the game
about that. I reckon.
Yeah, that would definitely be an Acre question.
Yeah, Acre would be able to tell us that. So, yeah, it's
what time is Acre coming on?
7:00.
Cool.
Yeah, 7:00. I was saying earlier, you are our Stanley Cup guy. You've got to be excited. Stanley Cup continues to be great hockey. And in basketball, listen, you got a good series in basketball. You got both of them going on.
Tied at 2 in both series. Well, I mean, before Saturday, NHL was tied at 2. Now it's 3-2 in favor of Florida. I think it's just interesting, Florida, of all states, dominant in hockey over the last 6 years.
6 years in a row.
Canada, the country that founded the sport, hasn't had one of their teams win a Stanley Cup since the early 90s. And so, just seeing the irony of that. And then in the NBA, I mean, we got a great game tonight. And I just, I'm rooting for OKC just with the Razorback connections and all that they've done for the city of Fort Smith in that area with Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams. So, great series right now on the professional levels.
Speaking of connections and seeing our listeners, Roger, one other thing I did yesterday, guys, is I went out to the Bridge Church in Lone Oak and presented the Clergy Bowl to Pastor Derek Smith, and so got a standing ovation. They did it on their own. The church group and congregation just got up and gave him a standing ovation. And a lot of our listeners there.
One of them in particular?
Bobby Joe.
And Mrs. Bobby Joe.
And Mrs. Bobby Joe was there. I think her name was Lori, if memory serves me right. But how about that? He walked up. Of course, I think I'd seen him either. Somebody sent me a picture.
Yeah, I didn't think of it. I didn't picture him to look like that.
He looks a little like Ricky Skaggs.
It is.
An older Ricky Skaggs.
Or older retaining water Ricky Skaggs.
Thinner Ricky Skaggs.
What?
Oh, you said the thinner or retaining water.
Yeah. Well, no, but listen, but I mean, to know that guy has the prowess that he talks about having and all that, all I could think of it, I want to see what his wife looks like.
And
I get it.
Very attractive lady.
Very.
And he showed up in church.
Which is also nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Church is for sinners.
Chris, we've done this now. This will be this was the 12th year, not counting COVID, so it really obviously been 13, but 12 years we've been doing this, Roger, 12. And, if you guys remember, Derek did a pretty good job. He only missed like 3 questions. I mean, he was out of like 47. Matter of fact, one of his congregation came up and I said, because I couldn't remember, I was trying to find my notes. I said, he only missed a few, and he came up, he said he missed 3. He said out of the 47.
Oh, nice.
I said, wow.
Because
I said he was. So our listener and the congregation folks were taking notes.
Outstanding. Well, you know what? It's just like you and any other athlete. You remember the losses and everything about them to detail.
Yes.
And those are the ones that they remember, the 3 that they missed.
Chris, big news last night. We'll see if it, we still have to get to the fall, but Terry Bradshaw, when it was, he kept calling to the boys from Little Rock are over there, and see, he's looking forward to being with them this fall every week.
He sure did. How about that? We didn't prompt that at all. He remembered that.
My favorite part about it is the fact that he said, "Oh, these boys got me in trouble. Hey, looking forward to being with you guys every day."
I know.
Did he pick a time too? He said Wednesday at 8:00. I'll be with the guys every day.
Well, it'll be a day when Justin Moore's on. It has to be, for obviously. Yeah. But no, that was so cool. Can you imagine if he sticks to it? But he did great.
Daly, John Daly, Terry Bradshaw, and Dan Hampton.
And Mark May balancing them out.
Mark
May's balancing them out with the goodness. And you know what? He closed out his show. He was talked about Toby Keith.
Got emotional.
And he closed out his show with "Don't Let the Old Man In," and which I love that song. I told you I was singing that to Samantha and asking the question. The great line that's in that song. How old would you be if you didn't know when your birthday was or what? It's a great line. I just blew it. It's such a great line.
Yes. Also, too, Roger, guess who's back pitching tonight? You sing a song about him. Otani.
Otani. Hey, okay.
Otani is back tonight.
Nobody got to Mr. Roboto.
That's it. All right, don't go away. 6:47. We're live from Branson, and the boys are back in studio.
Summer's here, y'all. It's time to make memories with your friends and your family. But fellas, don't let low testosterone steal those times from you, man. Get TRT at Low T Center. Don't jack around with online TRT services either, man. Sure, they're easy, but more times than not, you end up spending hundreds of dollars on unreliable test kits and waiting days for lab results before you even know if you qualify. If you need TRT, you need to trust the experts at Low T Center. They've been changing patients' lives for over 15 years. That's right. They are the OGs. They are the pioneers of TRT. You better believe it. There's never been a better time to call Low T Center. Right now, you can get a free medical consultation and a free T-test. And with Low T's on-site lab, if you qualify, you can start treatments that day. With convenient locations across Arkansas, you can be seen by one of Low T Center's healthcare professionals and get started right away. By the way, if you're looking to lose a few pounds, Low T Center has prescription weight loss options available. Most major insurances are accepted. Don't wait, fellas. Go right now to fixmylowt.com to book your appointment. That's fixmylowt.com. You'll be glad you did.
For all you parents and grandparents, I have huge news for you. Summerwood Sports, the state-of-the-art sports complex located right off Highway 5 in Bryant, is now offering 2 summer camps for grades 3 through 7 this summer. Campers will not only get to participate in sports, games, movies, and more, but will also receive lunch along with a daily devotional each day. Camps run June 9th through the 12th and July 14th through the 17th. So don't wait. Sign up today. For more details, click on summerwoodsports.com.
I'm Kyler Sanson. Me being in the construction industry and having 2 young kids at home, health insurance is vital. I got a call saying that my plan was going to be canceled at the end of April. Got on the phone with Farm Bureau and I got in touch with an agent. It took me about 30 minutes, and then about 3 days later, I was approved. So with Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas, I'm saving close to $300 a month. You cannot find this plan anywhere else. Get after it and get it.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Trusted coverage, personalized plans, affordable premiums. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Most Americans only knew Dr. Alvin Poissant as a consultant on The Cosby Show, but he was a lot more than that, including a psychiatrist, professor, and dean at Harvard Medical School. Upon his death at age 90, the story was recounted of his participation in the 1965 Selma to Montgomery Civil Rights March. He offered medical help to those participating, even as police officers called him boy and threatened to arrest him when he insisted on being called doctor. No, Dr. Alvin, you certainly earned it. When you walk into a Doublebee's, you're always going to be greeted with a warm, hearty, welcome to Doublebee's. And then you can grab a corn dog, a breakfast sandwich, or 2 pieces of catfish at 7:55 a.m. like I had the other day, with hot sauce. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Are you tired of holding up a 2-wheeled bike at every stoplight? Are you ready for the ultimate thrill on the open road? Introducing the Can-Am Spyder, the 3-wheeled motorcycle that redefines adventure. The Can-Am Spyder is built for those who crave excitement. Its dynamic handling, advanced safety features, and the unmatched power of the Rotax engine will leave you craving more. Live big, no regrets. Your next ride is waiting at Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo of Russellville. On the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've got the ride for you.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Richard Yeager, Steve Ferguson, or Jason Daly in Little Rock today.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Want to reach the show? Well, give us a call or text at 501-661-1037. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. No more gato, Mr. Gato.
That's the real one. That's was a smash hit for a while.
It was. I do a lot of one-hit wonders. People wonder why I keep doing it.
So if we know it. 6:52 on Morning Mayhem. One of the weirdest songs ever done. Gage Wood is on the Roger. He's on the bump today. That's what they say in the building. On the bump today for the Razorbacks. 1 o'clock start time. Is the game on ESPN? I guess is
proper.
That right? Is that? I would imagine it would be.
Yes.
Yeah. Beside the buzz, we'll visit with Justin Aker here in a few minutes. He is in Omaha. Yeah. Great to have Chris Kane. Brought to you by Trader Bill. Somebody said the guy that was on the call, the play-by-play for the Razorback LSU game, sounded like Chris Kane. Do not know what the deal is. If
you on TV?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if I caught that as much as I thought. I thought it was more feel.
It was
because he tried to throw in a lot of ground. I think Phil throws that in there for effect.
Did we feel bad for Zach Ruth the other night? He just comes in.
Yes.
This was a big game, and I think he looked shocked, right, when he got the hook.
I think, in my opinion, only because it got in my head if I'm pitching. That after he went 4 up, 4 that was it. Four pitches, walk. I think the next one was 4 more walk. It's over. Then the hit was, I mean,
the foot,
the bottom of the foot.
Do we have any sound from Dave Van Horn talking about that? I know they questioned him after the game, and he felt strongly. Hey, thought the game was getting ready to get out of hand. It was 3-0 at the time, and
bases are loaded.
Yeah. Gackle comes in and does a really, really good job.
Did what he's supposed to do.
I think 10 strikeouts. And somebody said, too, the last team, we can look this up, Chris or Josh, the last team to come through the losers bracket, I'll give you one guess. Somebody go ahead, say it. The Arkansas knows pretty well.
LSU?
No.
Tennessee. Ole Miss?
No. That they knew very well. Very painful memory.
Oregon State.
Somebody said it might be 2018 Oregon State. Would that not be crazy?
They were
the last one that came through the yeah. Remember they had to beat us.
No, I blacked out. I've been going through therapy to get that wiped away, and here you bring it back up. You just wasted all kinds of insurance.
they beat us twice, and so the other thing I wanted to mention, did have Razorback track this weekend. Ladies finished 8th. The guys finished 3rd. So no national title there. Not bad showing by the men. I think USC and another team tied for the overall championship. 661-1037 is the number. Somebody says Bobby Joe is retired from the grass spraying business. Y'all reckon you could give him a weekly 20-minute segment on how to spice up your relationship or marriage?
Oh, I didn't know he did.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that either.
That could be a competitor out there trying to say that he's done.
Yes. Hey, speaking of baseball in the major leagues, has anybody noticed what Aaron Judge is doing in terms of numbers? What his numbers look like? He has got 65 runs scored. He leads the majors in runs scored, RBIs with 60, hits with 99, and he is hitting 390. He is hitting almost like Bree Ellis. He's hitting almost 400, yet he's also hitting for power.
It just seems like the season's just started.
Yeah, we're right around the corner from the break. 661-1037 if you want to be a part of the show. Also, what happened this weekend? You had the Pink Tomato Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
ever been a part of that, Chris? You ever done that before?
No, we had him on the show, of course, every year on Good Morning Arkansas, but I've never been able to make it over there.
Are you a BLT guy?
I love BLTs.
We talked to Josh about that. We had that conversation when Josh said he's not a BLT fan.
I used to not
unless
be.
You could put turkey on it.
I used to not be, and I think doing the show over the years, I think I've become more.
And I think when we first started talking about one of them, back when this show was called The Show with No Name, we were going somewhere, and we stopped by the Salem Dairy Bar, and they use like Texas toast. I don't know the bacon that they use, but it was fantastic. There at the Salem Dairy Bar. If you can get a good BLT, I mean, just the right amount of mayo on that thing.
Did want to mention, too, not long ago we were in Nashville and visiting with Chanley Painter, our friend who was the overnight anchor for Fox. Mm-hmm. Did you see, Chris, the story on Jessica Dean in High Profile this weekend?
I did not.
She is the weekend anchor for CNN. Mm-hmm. We have got 2 girls from Little Rock that are on the 2 major news networks on the weekend.
She's been there a while.
She has been. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, she's a PA grad. If I'm not mistaken, I sometimes get these mixed up. Was it her parents that were the NASA
No, that's Kristen Fisher.
Shanley. Oh, I thought it was
Who was that? Oh, that was Fisher.
Kristen Fisher, yes.
He was also at Fox,
yeah,
right?
I was about to say,
yeah.
Kristen went through. They both. I mean, they were at 7 at the same time, I believe, when I was an intern, and then
I'm telling you.
now they're both on national networks.
Wow.
And so
How about that?
And there's another one too. Janae Francine, who was our weekend anchor at 7 before I left. She's now at Fox News. So. Yeah,
Arkansas's produced some great talent out of there.
Oh,
one of them is Chris Kane right there in the studio, right there with
I
Trader Bills. All right, we'll check in with. We're going to Omaha when we come back. Don't go away. Omaha.
American pastime. Do you smell that? That's the smell of men being men.
I think I'm ready.
On 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock.
Trader Bill's Outdoors has been selling and servicing boats and motors for over 40 years. Their certified, experienced technicians are factory trained and authorized for Mercury, Yamaha, Suzuki, and more. Their service department offers everything from diagnostics and maintenance to powerhead repairs. And now they also have a no-hauling, no-hassle repair option at your location in the Little Rock and Hot Springs service areas. Your place or ours, Trader Bill's provides honest, dependable, and convenient marine sales, service, and repair.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here with The Buzz, and y'all already know what it's going to be all about. Omaha, Omaha, Omaha. Kind of sound like Peyton Manning there for a second. But it's all about those hogs over there in Omaha. Justin's going to be there all week long, going to stay there until the wheels fall off. Also going to be hanging out with Alyssa Orange, and if you happen to be on the way to Omaha to check out some action, all you got to do is stop by DJ's Dugout. I'll be back here in Little Rock holding it down. Still so much to get to. Birthday trivia, entertainment report, Red Right report. We got it all. Make sure you tune in The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
Sports. We've got that wood.
I got that wood.
And much more than you can handle on 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock.
Two weekend homicides are under investigation in Little Rock. The most recent happened at a home on John Barrow Road just before 1 Sunday afternoon. Man was rushed to the hospital after being shot, but he didn't survive. His name has not yet been released, and as of right now, there's no word on any suspects. Police also found a man who was shot and killed on Colonel Glenn around 2:30 Saturday morning. His name has not been released. Police haven't shared any possible suspect information in this case either. Looking ahead to Friday as a day of purpose, the parent company of KRK and our sister station, Fox 16, Nexstar Media Group, is giving back to the community on its 28th annual Founders Day of Giving. We're collecting new shoes for babies, toddlers, and adults for Our House. The organization cares for families working to transition out of homelessness. Our shoe drive will be all day Friday, June 20th at the Victory Building from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is Sincere Tonsel from KRK for Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Randy takes Drive Time Sports to Searcy this Friday for the grand reopening of BB Cap Sonic location. Come celebrate with Drive Time Sports and 103.7 The Buzz.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 40% chance of a scatter shower or thunderstorm for this Monday with highs in the mid-80s. We'll see clear conditions as we go in for tonight with lows in the mid-70s. Warming up for your Tuesday, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of a scatter shower or two. Highs tomorrow into the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in to Out of Bounds to hear from Captain Kendall Diggs. Brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
David BAZZEL here for Jones & Son Diamond and Bridal Fine Jewelry. At Jones & Son, when you shop for an engagement ring, you get the benefit of shopping with the largest selection of rings in Central Arkansas. Jones & Son also carry the biggest brands in the business. At Jones & Son, shop their new collection of Jones & Son branded engagement rings. The Jones & Son rings are high quality at a fraction of the price, also are fully customizable, and they can modify any design to suit your needs. They are a direct diamond importer and import all of their diamonds, so you save money. Jones & Son is located
located at 1121 Rodney Parham Road, and they've been there for over 39 years. The same address and phone number for over 3 decades. Finding the perfect piece of jewelry to match the occasion can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be at Jones & Son Diamond and Bridal Fine Jewelry. Find the right diamonds for that special occasion. Jones & Son invites you to come by or shop with them online at jonesandson.com. Jones & Son is located at 1121 Rodney Parham Road, and they've been there for over 39 years.
At Mosquito Joe, we're constantly looking for ways to make your outdoor experience better. That's why we always use the latest technology.
Technology? To get rid of bugs?
Well, most mosquito treatments only eliminate mosquitoes that are around when it's applied. But did you know, at Mosquito Joe, we use products that are microencapsulated, so they continue to work for weeks after our technician leaves your property.
Now that's pretty cool.
Yeah, at Mosquito Joe, we love making outside fun again. Advanced products, top quality service, and all done with a satisfaction guarantee.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
So Restaurant and Bar is open under new management. Original chef Joseph Salguero is back with a unique menu. So Restaurant and Bar has been around since 2006 in the heart of Little Rock's historic Hillcrest neighborhood on Kavanaugh Boulevard. Experience fine dining right in your backyard. They offer 3 separate event spaces or the ability to rent out the restaurant for any type of event or party, plus multiple catering options. View their menu, make reservations, or rent their event space at SoRestaurantAR.com. SoRestaurantAR.com.
If you're trying to get through your daily activities and you're noticing you can't because you're focusing more on your pain than being able to enjoy the moment, those are the patients that we're looking to treat because we can make a difference.
That's Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics.
What we're doing at QC Kinetics is offering treatments that help with joint preservation. We use cutting-edge technology in our in-house lab to harness your body's natural healing powers and target the areas where you need them the most.
These are regenerative, non-surgical treatments, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader, delivering lasting relief to tens of thousands of patients.
What we do know is that the sooner we start treatment, the sooner you'll see relief.
So don't wait another minute. See if you're a good candidate for these non-surgical treatments for joint pain. The consultation is completely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I like to deal with people I know. Or at least people I feel know me. Imagine buying anything the way we buy cars. It would take you 4 hours to get out of the grocery store with a gallon of milk. If you're looking for your next new car, truck, or SUV and want a different way to buy, check out Fitz Auto. With in-house financing with an interest rate you'll be happy with. Oh, and don't forget your dogs. Stop by and drive away with a smile on your face. FitzAuto.com or on Stagecoach at the Curve.
Coverage of the College World Series is brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
If I can change.
Live from the Oakland Springs Studio.
Good Lord.
You can change.
Turn it down, Josh.
Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Everybody can change.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, it is 7:06. We'll let Justin work on whatever is going on in Omaha.
What in the world?
We'll give him a second to get to that. We're just to reset the table here. Roger and I are in Branson. We went last night and saw Terry Bradshaw do his show.
The Clay Cooper Theater.
That's right. Had some fun with him. He kept giving us shouts out and hey, where's my boys from Little Rock? And you guys got me in trouble the other day with the Aaron Rodgers deal.
Little Rock got a lot of love.
Yeah, we called the Hogs. We interrupted the show and called the Hogs, and so it was a lot of fun. And he talked about maybe doing the weekly call with us, which is could be really interesting. Chris Kane is back in studio, brought to you by Trader Bill's. Great to have Chris fresh off of his call of the Miss Arkansas. I say it, the call.
The call.
The call of Miss Arkansas. We'll play that here in just a second. Also wanted to say, on a sad note, a guy that if you've been to the Little Rock Touchdown Club was one of the heartbeats of our club, Ron Skaggs, who's been there for I don't know how many years he's been there, but he was the guy that got there with 3 other gentlemen and would always set up every stanchion that you would see, everything on the tables, 30 minutes to an hour beforehand. And then at the end, he was the guy that if you got up and got a picture, he was the gentleman that was right there helping everybody get up on stage and make it.
He sure was.
He was
always had something to say,
yeah,
just to say hello to you.
Super nice guy,
Yeah.
Chris. I know you know that too. He was one of the reasons. It's guys like him and the other volunteers that make the Little Rock Touchdown Club a really special place, and he's going to be missed. He'd been fighting cancer, had taken all the chemo and all those kind of things, and then they said it had come back, and he said no. Said not doing this again. I'd rather go out on my own. So it didn't take long for the cancer to take him, and so. But he was a wonderful guy,
Yes.
and gonna miss him.
Rest in peace, Ron.
Yeah. Gonna miss him. For
Part
sure,
of the
Chris.
family, I mean, that's the thing, Baz. When you talk about our Little Rock Touchdown Club volunteers, it really is a family, and Ron being a part of that with and Wanda and so many others out there
That's
too.
right.
I mean,
right.
that's the other part about it too. Is it's almost like you just feel like you lose someone who's a part of your family. So our thoughts and prayers with his family, and just talking with his daughter Sherry over the weekend, just saying how much we loved him, and he will be missed, this fall especially.
No question. Listen, I think we've got we're let's go to the phone lines. I think we've connected with Justin. Justin, are you there? Good morning.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
All right, we were talking about, Sully and I were trying to watch the game while we were doing the All-Arkansas Preps banquet, and Sully kept going. Actually, we went to live video, Justin, to see what was happening. And the bad part was when you have a game where you only get 4 hits, not a lot of excitement. What was it like? First of all, why don't you sort of explain to us what the atmosphere was like, how much was Arkansas fans, how much was LSU fans, and then just talk about the progression of the game.
Well, I mean, like I told Vickery yesterday, I mean, I don't know when the last time you were at a funeral, but it was very similar to that. So, I mean, there just wasn't a lot of energy in the building from the Razorback fans. There wasn't much to cheer about. And like I told him, it's like there's nothing to kill a rally like a solo homer. I mean, that was the only thing. You just couldn't create any energy offensively, and they just couldn't get a bat on Cade Anderson, and that was the thing. He was so good. And, Dave, I thought, summed it up really well. He said, look, we struck out more against them the first time, but we hit some balls hard. And they did rough him up a little bit. They got a few runs off him the first time, and they just couldn't get anything going. He was just masterful, and sometimes you got to tip your cap. There's a reason why he's the nation's strikeout leader. There's a reason why he's thrown more innings than anybody else in the country. I mean, he's a phenomenal pitcher who's probably going to be he's for sure a top 5 guy. He might be the top overall pick. So sometimes you got to tip your cap and go, you know what, good news is probably don't have to face him again. So we'll see what happens. But, I mean, he was just awesome. I mean, that's all you can say about it. And Arkansas couldn't get anything going. Arkansas's pitching staff was great, too. I mean, Gackel was phenomenal out of the pen. Root had some bad luck. I mean, everybody that watched, I mean, that second inning was just a nightmare, and it was just, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Narrowly missing on some pitches, walking a couple of guys, which you just can't do. And that was another thing. LSU wouldn't help out. They only walked 2 Arkansas guys, too, so they just wouldn't let him get going. But, then he hits a guy at the bottom of the foot, and it was just a bizarre inning, and they get a little flare, and they lay down a perfect bunt. Again, tip your cap. The guy executed the bunt perfectly well. So, again, I hate to give LSU credit, but I don't know what else to do. I mean, they were just fantastic, and now they got a shot to move through the winner's bracket. But, look, Arkansas's got a ton of depth. We talked to Coach Van Horn about that yesterday. I mean, they're going to start Gage Wood today. They've got a ton of guys who haven't thrown. He feels really good about the depth of their staff. I mean, if anybody's built to do it, it's either Arkansas or LSU. So, with anybody there was a lot of negativity on social media. It kind of irritated me reading some of the comments people were putting up after we posted stuff from up here. And I'm like, guys, did you think it was an automatic that Arkansas was going to walk in and beat LSU's, top pitcher? I mean, if you don't watch baseball, you don't understand it. I get it. It's easy to go, oh, here we go again. I mean, it was a toss-up game at best. So now you just got to work your way through. You knew it was a possibility, and here you are. You're, in a tough situation, and you're playing a Murray State team that's hungry, has nothing to lose, and is really talented offensively. And hopefully Arkansas can put up a bunch of runs because I'm sure Murray State thinks they're going to.
Well, we were talking to Justin, and I don't know if Josh, if you or Chris got a chance to confirm it. The last team that came out of the losers bracket to win it all was Oregon State in 2018. Who beat us twice, if you remember, obviously. Yeah. So it can happen. What's tough is that we came into this thing. The mighty bats of Arkansas. The team batting average 315 or 313, whatever it is, and it goes the old adage that great pitching will trump great hitting. And it certainly looked like that was the case. And like you said, it just, that kind of loss, though, when you can't hit, when you got 4 hits, it just takes the steam out of you. It just sort of takes your manhood, if you will. But as you mentioned, Justin, they've got plenty of arms. Let's see if the guys can get aggressive at the plate today. Of course, you got a Murray State team that's not bad either. Great story there.
No, I mean, they're batting over 300. I mean, they've got 78 home runs. I mean, that's what they hang their hat on. And look, they got a lot of fight. These guys are very talented, well coached. I mean, Dave Van Horn has apparently got I wouldn't say a relationship, but he's obviously got a lot of respect for Murray State. And they played each other, I guess, last year, so they know each other a little bit. And he said their coach reached out to him after they secured their regional, and he reached out to them after they locked it up and beat Duke. So, anyway, yeah, I mean, they're going to be tough. And they were down 6-0 the other day. UCLA and fought back to 6-4.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the thing. And you get in that situation, Baz, you got Wood, and you love to only have to pitch him a few innings and go, okay, well, we're up by 7, or something like that. And you just hope it works out that way. And then you can bring in the bullpen and say maybe Wood for another day here in a couple of days. And we did ask about Root yesterday. He said he'll be ready in a day or two is what his quote was. So I would think he's not your starter today, but he is probably your guy tomorrow if Arkansas wins today and plays, assumingly, UCLA. With all due respect to the Bruins, I don't see them going to beat Nianson from LSU. I'd be shocked if that happened. So anyway, hopefully it's a problem you gotta face. We'll see.
I think that was the thing, again, trying to monitor social media when we were doing the banquet. The shock, holy cow, he's out after 2 innings. Didn't see that coming. That's the other part of it. You're not hitting, and then you have ace just not, and you can see the surprise. I don't know if you can see it from your vantage point, Justin. He looked sort of shocked to see Van Horn coming out there as well. But and Dave said
we all did because
we went.
Wow.
I don't know if shocked was the word. I think pissed might be the word.
Yeah,
he wasn't very happy.
Yeah, right. Well, again, Van Horn, he said, "Hey, I feel good with the decision. That was probably right." He said the game was going to get away if we didn't do it. So.
He's not going to second guess himself. I wouldn't think so. I mean, he had to pull him. I think everybody thought because you could only think it could ruin the kid. If you do a few more.
Well, I hope he gets it. I hope he gets a chance to come back and
maybe he's lights out.
So, Justin, I was going to ask too. We were debating on what the crowd was going to be like, not as far as the energy, which obviously that there was not much energy for Arkansas. But what was the split? Was it 50-50? Did Arkansas have more fans or LSU? What was the atmosphere like there before the game started?
There may have been a few more LSU fans, but again, it was hard to tell because of the vocal nature of those guys. But there was a great Arkansas turnout. So I would say it was close to 50-50, I would think. There's probably a few more LSU folks. And, it seems like they're everywhere around town. We got a ton of them at our hotel here. And, I've seen them all over the place. So it's they're very well represented for sure. So, and then, hopefully get to see them again here a couple of times down the stretch. But, or better yet, maybe, UCLA knocks them off, and then they have to play through the losers bracket. I'd like to only have to play them one more time as opposed to twice. But, again, I don't expect that to happen. And then, you get deeper in the bullpen. You get into LSU's bullpen against Arkansas's bullpen, you feel like it's a pretty good matchup for Arkansas, or at least they got a shot. And like I said, probably not seeing Anderson again, so that's good.
Coming up at 7:30, Chris Curry will be stopping by. He's obviously has some great insight. Give us, before you get out of here, Justin, give us the details for the rest of the day on the Buzz in relation to the game.
Yeah, so we're going to go live up until we start, and it's 1 o'clock first pitch, so 12:30 pregame, and we're going to go until noon from DJ's dugout. So if you got folks who are coming up here or are here, or you're listening from up here in Omaha, we'll be over at DJ's on Capitol Avenue. It's just a few blocks from the stadium, and so I'm going to cut it off at noon and head over that way. It's tough with a massive humanity trying to get down the hill and into the stadium, so we're going to leave a little bit early. But 12:30 is pregame for Learfield, and the night game, of course, is UCLA and LSU. And if Arkansas wins, they play tomorrow night against the loser of that late game tonight. And so, again, hopefully it's an issue. I will say we thought it was going to be a little hotter today. It looks like it's going to top out around 90. First pitch should be in the mid to high 80s. So I think it's going to be a pretty good day here. It was really warm for that game the other night, and I think right now I got a nice cool breeze going, so it's a beautiful morning in Omaha.
What was the story, real quick, too, on Rocco's? Apparently, the Rocco's closed down. There was a fight that happened. Yeah. Was that an Arkansas LSU thing, or what? Do you know any?
I don't know. I don't know the details. And I hate to be a jerk about it, because the good thing about it is that they've spent a lot of money or given a lot of money to charity apparently up here, David, some food banks. So they turned it into a fundraiser, but that to me has jumped the shark a little bit. You got 13,000 shots from LSU fans. It's just like, whatever, dude. I'm kind of, I haven't stepped foot in there, and I don't imagine I probably will. There's a good spot across the street, Blaps, if you ever come up here. That's cool. They got a rooftop bar, and that's a good spot. And little tip of the cap to our buddy Mac and our friends at Tito's. They got really good vodka lemonades over there if you're into that kind of thing. So just saying. Yeah, I'm kind of over the whole Rocco's thing. It's just,
I got you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But
well, thank our sponsors, and then we'll let you go and catch up with you tomorrow.
Yeah, got to thank Bet Saracen and Whataburger, which we're probably going to need after a long week up here. Hopefully we're here through the weekend, and Edwards Food Giant, of course. And, looking forward to hopefully being here through the weekend, but we'll see. Got to start with Murray State, and that's that's the mentality of the team, game by game here, and we start today.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be talking about a win tomorrow. Thanks, Justin. Have a good
right,
day.
fellas.
Go Hogs. All right, man.
Have a good time.
All right. We mentioned Chris Kane was busy over the weekend. When we know Hall of Fame presence. We know when we're around a Hall of Famer.
Sure.
Roger, we were around one last night.
Yeah.
Chris Kane.
I'm around one every day.
Chris Kane is a Hall of Fame pageant MC.
He is.
So I want you guys to listen to this amazing delivery as he holds the crowd, the audience in suspense as he announces the Miss Arkansas. Josh, if you have that, can you play that for us, please?
Yeah, he's pulling it up right now. Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Your Miss Arkansas 2025 is Miss Metro.
I love it. That was what, 3 seconds? 5 seconds.
5
Felt a lot longer. Yeah, you can turn. It's just cheers after that. Yeah, I just put a little pad on it.
It's so funny, too. I love watching the reaction of the two girls because one of them is the loser, obviously, and one of them is so excited, and she turns around because she wants to go thank you, but then the other girl's standing there, you hug her, and so it's
what do you do?
So,
to me, it's like in the first major league when Willie Mays Hayes finds out that he's made the team, and he holds it in until he goes outside and then just starts celebrating. Yes.
Well, we will have Miss Arkansas on this Wednesday.
We are the show of note who has the new Miss Arkansas on every year.
Yeah, we've done that. I know, Chris, you guys do that on Channel 7 too. Of course, the actual broadcast was by Channel 4 the other night, correct?
Channel 4, that's correct. Hey, one note I just want to tell you guys real quick because I think it's important is, the Miss America Scholarship Organization is the largest scholarship organization for women in the nation. And Miss Arkansas alone this past year in sponsorship money to pass out $216,200.
Wow.
Yes. So I mean,
Very nice.
even the girl who's first runner up, Cameron Ross, she walked away with a minimum $15,000 in scholarships Saturday night. And much
now,
more.
which one is it that gets a full boat to Alabama?
That's the teen, Miss Teen.
Miss Teen. Okay.
Yeah. So Amelia Lissaway is the new Miss Teen Arkansas. She's 14. She's going to be a freshman. She's one of the, I guess you could say, one of the youngest that can even win the title. And she already will now have a full ride to not only the University of Alabama, but Mississippi State's also doing it as well. So
is that right?
Yeah. So other SEC. I will tell you, it has been proposed to the University of Arkansas, and I can tell you they were not receptive of it.
No,
which is,
you know what? And as much as I love Arkansas,
very surprised.
If my kid wins that, she's going to one of those schools.
Why
that
would
give
they
that
not
free
want
ride.
to do that? Why would they not want it? Because it's copycatting? They think they're too good to
I don't
copycat?
think that they for
We need
whatever
that
reason
money
you
for
have
a
to ask
quarterback.
them. You'd have to ask them. But it has been pitched to them. They were not as receptive of it, even though, I mean, look, Camille Cathy is at their law school right now, but you know what? She's walking around the state saying "Roll Tide" because Alabama gave her the scholarship. But that's the opportunity they missed out on.
We're gonna have the new system president on our show coming up, and he's a sharp guy. I really like him. Maybe we can convince him maybe to start doing that. Did you see where it is final? Bobby Petrino will not, and Sam Pittman will not have the services of Jordan Anthony, one of the fastest men in America. He was on the track team, and he is not coming back. He's turning pro. So we'd hope maybe he might reconsider coming out to be a receiver. Didn't catch a lot of balls last year. I think he got 8 catches for 111 yards. But anybody who's the fastest man in America,
take advantage of it. Absolutely.
Yeah, he would like to take advantage of it. But so he is. That's official. He is done. A couple other little things off the wall. Did you see what Heinz is trying to do with? You see about this, Chris? So they're trying to normalize ketchup on eggs. So they're adding labels that say breakfast ketchup to bottles at 100 Waffle Houses around the country.
Oh, wow.
They claim 1 in 4 people use ketchup at breakfast. So I will go around the table. Start with you, Roger. Ketchup on your eggs,
No,
grits, or
ketchup
hash
at
browns.
breakfast, yeah. Oh, absolutely. On your hash browns, no
But
doubt.
not eggs.
No.
Hash browns, yes.
I don't mind mixing them with the egg.
Yeah.
if you get some contamination, as you might say. So
Yes.
no, I don't hate it, but scrambled, not fried.
Chris, what about you?
Only the hash browns that you can dip, not like a scrambled hash brown. No.
Yeah.
Not doing
Okay.
that. And nothing.
No eggs?
No hot sauce on the eggs.
Hot sauce on the eggs. What about you, Josh?
No hot sauce on eggs.
What about regular ketchup?
No, I don't eat ketchup.
Okay, not at all. Okay.
It's not a sugar.
On anything? French fries?
I just do barbecue sauce.
Oh, okay.
Mostly, yeah.
Do you
I'd say that's the ranch and barbecue sauce, honey mustard.
Do you believe that 25% of Americans use ketchup at breakfast?
Well, I think that's only because a great many seniors have died, because that is a senior thing without a doubt. I mean, there's ketchup. I would put ketchup. That's why you have hash browns.
It's what?
It's what hash browns are scattered, covered, smothered, chunked, and diced, and everything.
So one other thing I want to throw out too, we got Chris Curry coming up from obviously the Trojans baseball program. He matched up against LSU in the Super Regional, so he'll give us some good input there. Did you see what they say? You should wear to bed to help you sleep better. Have you heard about this?
I did not.
You want to take a shot?
Okay. Is it something? Is it apparel?
It is.
Okay. I would say male or female?
Not going to say.
Okay.
Take a shot.
I would say a sports bra.
What do you think, Chris?
Sleep mask?
What do you say, Josh?
That was my guess. Sleep mask.
So apparently the thing that's and Glenna got it right over here. Apparently socks. Socks are the latest thing to show that sleeping it will help you sleep better because of the temperature, what it does with your core body temperature.
Yep.
Now, do you ever sleep with socks, Roger?
I used to, without a doubt, until but it's because Samantha keeps the house at 7.
So cold.
So I would sleep in my winter coat.
What changed you?
She bought me a heating blanket on my side of the bed. Absolutely, and I roasty toast.
Chris, socks or no socks?
No socks. No.
Josh, socks or no
Yeah,
socks?
no, I can't be doing that. I mean, the thing is, they always say your head and your feet are the two things that control your body temperature the most. So
Yes.
if you get those hot, that's good. But I want to be cold when I sleep. So unless it's like freezing, then no socks. We're not doing that.
It's funny. You're really right.
Honestly, our bedroom is sponsored by Black Ice.
Well, you remember, our good buddy Justin Moore, what he has to do.
Yeah.
Kate makes him clap his feet before he gets in the bed to make sure he gets all of the stuff off his feet.
Yeah.
That's a
Clap the feet. Clap the feet on bottom.
When I first heard clap the feet, I thought it was like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, where he had to like, what does she do? Doesn't she like
tap tap tap?
Yeah, that's what
taps
I.
her heel.
That's what I envisioned.
Do we need to get him one of those like cleaners before you walk off a court or something like
Sure.
that, where you you scrub
Or
your
before
foot
you
on it
walk,
before you?
hazmat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other part of it is that every time she makes him clap his feet, it does two things: it cleans his feet and it turns off the light. Now the other part of that is that this season,
yes,
with our stays at Oaklawn,
yes,
I took the liberty of accepting their generous offer of their slippers in their hotel room.
You're big on the slippers.
I have a pair in my desk.
Yes.
So from that point on.
Do you get a pair every time you stay there?
No, I hadn't.
Okay.
I hadn't. I will now.
Okay.
Because I bring them. I want them because they're disposable. I mean, you're not going to keep them very long. It's just a perk. But because of that, I have not. Because I don't walk around barefoot.
Right. I'm with you.
I don't walk around. So I'll always have my little my socks on. But now I started wearing house shoes, and I don't go outside with them. Started wearing those little slippers from Oaklawn, and then it's one of the many things that my wife and family purchased for me for Father's Day, which was a brand new pair of house slippers.
Very nice.
I am officially.
Do they have a logo on them? Are they sponsored by anybody? Or do they have a theme like Scooby-Doo or anything like that on there that would be fun? Like a $6 Million Man slippers or anything? No.
Why don't you just move on? Listen, you already okay.
So also, let's go ahead and take the break, and we'll visit with Chris Curry. Roger, here's one that says, BAZZEL Hoff, great having you in church yesterday. I hope you enjoyed visiting our little church. Come back and see us soon. I delivered the Clergy Bowl trophy to Pastor Derek Smith. He's the 12th winner of the Clergy Bowl.
Nice.
Josh, I want to see if you can, I want you to, just like we played the crowd noise, rather, that Chris Kane had when he announced Miss Arkansas. I want you to hear this church celebrate their pastor being the Clergy Bowl winner. God didn't mind it a bit. Matter of fact, God was even doing this right here.
Will you email it to me?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So that wasn't thunder yesterday. That was the good Lord.
Yes.
Hey, tomorrow we will be at Summerwood Sports. That's where we'll be broadcasting there in Saline County. Looking forward to talking to those guys about a camp they've got going on as well, and to hear any other details about their third gym that they have and what's next for Summerwood Sports. So we'll be there tomorrow. Thank you to James Ballantyne for reminding me.
All right, don't go away. We'll come back and visit with a guy who knows LSU probably better than anybody, and to talk about what happened with the Razorback Saturday and maybe what can happen these next 4 days. Don't go away. 7:30.
Staley Electric presents Kevin Shaylin when he joins the Zone this week for Hidden Gems with the Mighty Rib. Staley Electric, trusted since 1951.
This is Sports Center.
Do or die time for Arkansas baseball. It's win or go home for the Hogs as they take on the Murray State Racers today at the College World Series in Omaha. I want to thank all of our sponsors, Edwards Food Giant, Whataburger, and Bet Saracen for sponsoring our coverage. First pitch today is at 1 o'clock. You can catch it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. You can also watch the game as well on ESPN. Justin Acree will be checking in all day, and you can check our social media feeds as well on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Game 5 of the NBA Finals coming up tonight between the Pacers and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Right now, the series is tied at 2 games apiece as it shifts back to OKC. Tip-off is slated for 7:30 Central Time. You can catch it on ABC. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 40% chance of a scatter shower or thunderstorm for this Monday with highs in the mid-80s. We'll see clearer conditions as we go in for tonight with lows in the mid-70s. Warming up for your Tuesday, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of a scatter shower or two. Highs tomorrow to the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and light maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Pay depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
Fellas, you thinking about starting TRT? That time is now at Low T Center. The consultation and test are free for a limited time only. Don't let Low T slow you down this summer, man. Get the energy you need at Low T Center. Book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. You can thank me later.
For all you parents and grandparents, I have huge news for you. Summerwood Sports, the state-of-the-art sports complex located right off Highway 5 in Bryant, is now offering 2 summer camps for grades 3 through 7 this summer. Campers will not only get to participate in sports, games, movies, and more, but will also receive lunch along with a daily devotional each day. Camps run June 9th through the 12th and July 14th through the 17th. So don't wait. Sign up today. For more details, click on summerwoodsports.com.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
It's your Razor Hog update on Out of Bounds, brought to you by Standing Firm Farms in Greenbrier. For high-quality Angus beef that's USDA inspected, antibiotic, and hormone-free, StandingFirmFarms.com is now taking orders.
Can't listen to the radio? Don't worry. You can catch Morning Mayhem live every day. Just download the 1037 The Buzz app.
All right, 7:32. Just joined the show. Roger and I are up in Branson. Had a great time last night at the Terry Bradshaw show at the Cooper Theater. It's the Clay Cooper Theater.
Clay Cooper.
Had a great time. Terry had some fun with us. There was a bunch of Arkies there. A lot of our listeners were there.
Sure were.
We called the Hogs.
So they were there because we had mentioned
That's
it.
right.
Absolutely. We called the Hogs.
Interrupted the show with 3 hot calls. And
he threw us out. Had a couple of people point out that he talked about his boys from Little Rock.
He did. He took good care of us. We saw him after, visited with him afterwards, and he mentioned again, looking forward to talking with those guys each week during football season.
Yeah. And I think his wife has a creep bond out on me. Just I don't know why I think that. I think way too much of myself.
Yes. Great to have Chris Kane in studio, brought to you by Trader Bill's. We got Bill Vickery coming up shortly, who's brought to you by Soul Restaurant, Roger. And Wednesday night is going to be the Bill and Baz show. Wednesday night. We're going to be hanging out at Wednesday night, if you can believe that. So come on out and have some fun with Bill and Baz.
You know what? And that's nice of Jessica to do that, because you and Jessica have celebrated 9 years and 2 days now together.
How about that?
And for your anniversary, she's given you this pass.
Yes. Do we have Chris Curley in studio? There we go.
I love that tune. It's old school.
It sure is. We can't even get the words for it. DARR. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
I'm great. How's it going? Let's start the morning with the Trojan fight song.
How about that, man? How about that? Yeah, listen, well, what perfect time to have you up on the show. Nobody knows this situation better than you do. Obviously, you coached against LSU, coached against Arkansas this year, and, boy, they just ran into a buzzsaw on Kate Anderson Saturday night, didn't they?
Well, they did, and not only a buzzsaw, but probably the number 1 pick in the MLB draft. And sometimes with that park and with the wind blowing in and a combination of that guy being up to 95 from the left side, 4 pitches for the strike, sometimes you just tip your cap. And I know that folks who are fans of the Razorbacks might tend to be frustrated and or panic, but I would caution against that. It's a long tournament with days off built in. They do have the pitching depth to fight back. If you would have had to win multiple games on multiple days, I would have said, hey, you need to be worried. But 1 game a day, they do have the pitching. They can bring back guys, and it can be done.
Yeah, it was. I think you're right. You got exceptional pitching talent, and the old adage is, great pitching trumps great hitting. But it's like Acree said, Chris. It just, the tough thing. It takes the energy out of your team, takes the life out of it. That's one thing about y'all's run, man. You guys, the bats were going crazy, and but it's demoralizing when you have a team that's batting .315. You got 6 guys batting over 300. You get 4 hits. It's you're better than that, but you also know you're going up against the best.
Right, and he's been doing that. He's been doing that the last 3 weeks. Kate Anderson has. Dallas Baptist, who is one of the top offenses in the country. I watched him in the night game. We played the early game, and Cade matched up against them in the regional, and he shut them down as well. Went 7 innings and was elite. And so what you got to do is just figure out a way to climb back into it through the bracket. But it can be done, and as the tournament draws on, the pitching depth will get exposed for all the teams. You're going to find out who's got more arms. Like, hey, the guy last night for Coastal, and if you want to know a pick, if you want to know a team to watch out for, it's Coastal.
Right.
That's 25 in a row. They are not a Cinderella. They're legit, but the Morrison kid on the mound. But once you get past those frontline arms, those Friday guys, those number ones, now the bullpens get exposed. Now the depth gets exposed. And so if you have some depth on the mound, you can hang around.
We're visiting with Chris Curry, who's the head coach of the Little Rock Trojans. Do you agree with the move? Obviously, you were on the staff of Dave Van Horn, and you know Dave very well. Do you agree with the move on Root as quickly as he did?
Well, we get the Monday morning quarterback it right,
Yes,
and
that's right.
so the beauty of it is it worked perfectly because Gackle goes out and shuts him down, and I think the final score was 3-1, 4-1.
Yeah.
So that's plenty. That's plenty of opportunity for your offense to score. Coach said that, and I subscribe to this thought, that the game can be won or lost there in the first or second inning as quickly as it can be won or lost in the 8th or the 9th. And once he had, I believe, walked 2, and then they had the big righties coming up in Jones and Fry, they just did not like the matchup, and they thought the game was right there. The other factor that he was looking at, I'm sure, and I'm not speaking for Coach. I haven't spoken to Coach. Certainly leave him alone right now. But the way Anderson was going, you figured it was going to be a low-scoring game. And so if they would have punched in a couple of more and pushed it out to 5 or 6, that would have felt maybe like 15 instead of 5. And so I can see exactly what he was thinking, and then the way Gackle finished, it worked.
Razorbacks have Murray State today, a feel-good story. Murray State is a very good team. What do you think about that matchup today with the Hogs? Hugely
Offensive club. If you look at their score, I think Sully tweeted this morning that in the Ole Miss regional they had double-digit. They had double-digit runs all through the regional against Premium Arms, and so you feel like Murray State is going to score. That being said, I think they only scored 5 or 6 in their opener, so they were neutralized again by I can't overstate enough the ballpark and the wind. And also here's another factor. Look at all the foul territory. Foul territory in a ballpark takes away hits because the foul balls can be caught. There's been multiple catcher pop-ups that have been caught. There's been multiple foul balls down the line are caught. And so just the more grass you have, the more that benefits the pitching. Murray State, what you've got to do, and I think Arkansas can do, is you've got to outlast their pitching because all their scores have been high. Murray State wants to get into slugfest with you. You do have to be careful because it's just a bunch of older, big, country-strong dudes that can hit, and they never stop hitting, and the game is never over. And so it could be a slugfest. But again, good pitching beats good hitting, and that could spin around to the favor of Arkansas today.
You know, part of this thing is mental too, Chris. It's something you had to deal with your team. You were on a 14-game losing streak. You go into the OVC tournament, win 5 games in 4 days. You get your team believing. So, you know, you were coming at it from a different standpoint than what Dave Van Horn has to do. I mean, you had to get your team to believe they could do it, and then they started doing it. You know, Dave Van Horn, now you got to know that this team, you know, expected to come out, and I'm sure they probably heard their sound bites and read their press clippings about how good they were, and all of a sudden, boom, they're behind the 8 ball again. What do you think a message to the team needs to be at this point if you're Dave Van Horn?
Well, one of the things that I learned, and a lot of it from him, these are 18 to 22-year-old college guys, and so they only hang on to this as long as you let them. And you as a coach, you know, we can't sleep, we can't eat the next day, we're depressed for 2 days, coaches are, but they're college kids. 30 minutes after the game, they have moved on, and it's not that they don't care, it's not that they didn't want to win, they're just over it. And so if you get over it quickly, and the best thing is they all have practice days where they go out to local high schools. If you go out to practice and you're high energy and your message is, let's move on, we got another game tomorrow, not fake. You can't underestimate the players at that age. They see through fake really quickly. But just a positive, hey, let's move on, no big deal. And Coach is one of the best in the country at that. That's the key. Unlike football, where you got to sit on it for 6 days and stew on it and talk about it. And now, 48 hours later, the best medicine they can have is to get back out on that field today at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I would have to. I don't know. I mean, the athlete in me, I would be so hacked. I would be so pissed off if you know about that performance, because you know that we're better than that. We got him. You know, I don't want to say the word embarrassed, but as a hitting team, you got shut down. I mean, you got 4 darn hits and you had 2 inning-ending double plays, and you had left 8 runners on base. And so as a lineup, and I would, of course, that's my football mentality, Chris. But I would be like, let's go. Listen, we need to go out there and show them who we are. again, would that have made any difference against Cade Anderson? Maybe not. But now at this point, like you said, today's probably going to be a shootout. And if I just would be aggressive with the bats, Chris. This is what got them there. They're a well-balanced team, but it was the bats that's the difference with this team compared to maybe some of the last few years with Arkansas.
Oh, no doubt about it. They're going to come out swinging. And also and I don't think all the teams have first-game jitters, every single one of them,
right.
All 8. Now they've all played on the field in the environment. And I'm not saying jitters had anything to do with it, but I expect both teams to play a lot more loose, to attack. Yep. And to your point, the offense can take it personally. They've got, I think, did they announce Gage Wood on the mound? Don't be. It's all hands on deck now. So don't be shocked if Root comes back. No one is down for today. Everybody's up. Everybody, as we say, everybody spikes on. You can kind of go up and down the dugout and look at pitchers, and you can tell who's available for that day because they might have the running shoes on if they're down. Everybody's got spikes on today. Everybody's ready to go.
And as you mentioned, they're not going to face another pitcher like the Anderson kid from LSU. I mean, what they were seeing the other day, and I saw some of the guys who were going in the high metrics. They were figuring out the rotations of the ball. That's just kind of stuff you can't recreate with another team right now. He's one of one.
He is, and so it only gets better from there. The arm talent only goes down from Cade Anderson. And oh, by the way, they brought another kid that was throwing 101, Evans kid. And
you guys faced him.
Yeah, I saw that up close and personal, and I don't want to see that ever again. And so I think in a year, Ben McDonald, who by the way, teaser, we're trying to get him into our first pitch banquet in January, and I think we're going to make it happen.
Awesome.
But Kyle Peterson, Ben McDonald, those guys. They were talking about, boy, in 24 months, you could see this guy in the big leagues, and they were saying, no, it's going to be less than that. It's going to be sooner than that. And a lot of times when you see a guy pitch like that, and you're like, hey, I thought he was pretty good, and then you see him on MLB 12 to 18 to 24 months later, you kind of go, yeah, I guess that guy was pretty good.
Hey, Coach, those pitchers that are college kids and forget about things, as you were saying, the hitters are also college kids. What stays in which kid's mind the longest, the pitcher or the hitter? Baz is talking about the Razorbacks being a hitting team. Does the normal hitters go out there and go, hey, that's one bad game? But that's how slumps develop. So what do you do?
Well, a good question, Roger. And momentum in baseball doesn't go game to game. It goes pitcher to pitcher. So as soon as they change the pitcher, a hitter can breathe a sigh of relief. And so I think there'll be a fresh mind, fresh approach.
Okay.
Chris, as we go to break, Heinz is trying to convince people to put more ketchup on the breakfast items. Do you do ketchup on eggs or your hash browns?
Definitely hash browns. Ketchup's more of a lunch dinner side, in my opinion.
You ever see hash browns for breakfast and they're fried potatoes for lunch and dinner?
Interesting, though. Chris Kane brings up the point. Chris, you would put them on things you can dip,
yes,
but not on like a Waffle House.
No. I'm not putting them on anything that's like spread out. It's got to be a single dip.
Contamination.
Yeah, thank you, Raj. Thank you.
He's got to be able to dip it.
Thank you.
All right, do not go away at 7:45. We'll continue talking with Chris Curry. We're live from Branson, Missouri. We're going to go shopping after this.
Right.
Boot World.
I don't know if we'll have time.
Boot World.
Yeah, Boot World. Kohl's.
The ladies want to go to Boot World.
Oh, it's going to be nuts.
All right, don't go away.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. Last month our Employee Pricing Plus program was a huge success, so we're going to do it again in June. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all-new Jeep Compass four-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Mosquito Joe, our passion is making outside fun again. One of the most popular ways of achieving that goal is with a mosquito misting system. Mosquito Joe misting systems can be installed discreetly around your backyard, patio, boat dock, anywhere you're getting bugged.
The really cool thing about Mosquito Joe misting systems is that they mist automatically every day when mosquitoes are most active. And, if I want to, I can operate the system on my phone with a super easy-to-use app.
Mosquito misting systems. Just one more way Mosquito Joe makes outside fun again.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Angie Collins in Heber Springs, Michelle Herring in Whitehall, or Jonathan Stone in Lone Oak today.
Explore the great outdoors indoors at the Longview. From conservation to sustainability. Works from the Bank of America collection. A free new art exhibit now open at the Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts, featuring nature prints, landscape photography, and eye-catching sculptures. This exciting exhibit will give you a whole new appreciation for art and the environment. Go check it out. Admission is free, and the exhibit is open all summer long. Plan your visit today at arkmfa.org. That's arkmfa.org.
If you already scheduled your garage door tune-up for just $79, please disregard this message. If you don't have a garage door, you're off the hook. For the rest of you, why would you spend more than just $79? Overhead Door Company of Little Rock will perform their garage door tune-up and safety inspection for just $79 on up to 3 garage doors and openers. Call 501-510-6399 or schedule online, overheaddooroflittlerock.com.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. We see people seizing opportunities, building communities, and achieving their dreams right in their hometowns. That's why we provide services, resources, and tools that help you accomplish what you want, where you want. Whether you're starting out, starting over, or starting something new, we have account options designed to work for you and your goals. At Southern Bank, we know where you're coming from because we're from here too. To start your relationship with Southern Bank, visit one of our local branches or online at bankwithsouthern.com. Member FDIC.
Join Morning Mayhem this Tuesday as they broadcast live from the Summerwood Sports Complex in Bryant for the Big Miller Summerwood Sports Team Camp. Come by and say hi to the guys, then make plans to come back later and see some great basketball action with many of the top players in the state participating. It's all happening on Tuesday with 103.7 The Buzz.
Want to see our beautiful faces? Catch Morning Mayhem streaming live every day on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Just search 1037 The Buzz.
You know, it was a hard decision. I had to make a decision. Anderson looked really good. It seems like we weren't getting good swings off of him. We're already down 3 runs. They had, I think, Fry coming up, who's hitting over 400 against left-handers. You know, and it was just, I just didn't feel like that we could let him score anymore. And I had a great pitcher in the bullpen who was hot. We got him up because we saw what we saw. 2 walks, hit by pitch, a hit or 2, and the game was about to get out of hand. And, yeah, it's early, but the wind's blowing in. It's going to be tough to hit it over anybody's head. And, you know, scoring a lot of runs against Anderson to me wasn't something that was going to happen. And, you know, I hated to do it, but I just felt like it was the right decision, and I'll stand by it. It was the right decision.
No. What is that? Love the conviction of DVH on that.
Yeah.
Hey, Baz.
Yes.
Can I just say that he just laid it out verbatim as we discussed in the last segment? And you're talking about a 8-10-time Omaha coach. And this is not pointed at anybody, but he just laid it out in detail what was going on in his brain, and he was right.
He's right.
And it's a very difficult spot to pull your best guy that early.
Tough.
But that's why he sits in the big chair, and you've got to be able to do that. But don't forget, you get Root back. You get him back. It wouldn't be.
Right.
They don't want to throw him today. They will if they have to. But he'll start, in my opinion, and I don't have any inside scoop. He might start one of the next 2 games.
Yeah, he's going to be ready too. He that is not the way. That's not the Omaha memory he wants to. So that was the thing. Dave Van Horn said he hated to do it because you saw the look on his face. He's the star player and he gets 2 innings at Omaha in the first game against their hated LSU rival. So I hope he gets a chance to come back. I do. It will be. Listen, you guys put on a fun run, Chris. If you didn't know it, that's Chris Curry, the head coach of the Trojans from Little Rock, and. They could do it. It could happen. They're built for. They got enough depth. It's still not easy to do 4 in a row there at Omaha, but they can do it. As you mentioned, from a roster standpoint, you can make the argument, Chris. They're more talented than LSU from top to bottom. So, and they got a lot of depth. So we'll see.
They will. And Aloy had quality at bats against Anderson, and that's why Aloy is a first rounder. And so. But they had 4 hits. Maybe Aloy had 2 of them, and so your star, you're in big moments. I don't care what sport you're playing with, what ball you're bouncing or throwing. Your dudes have to be dudes, and their offense was not totally anemic. They did have the home run by the big first baseman. They just didn't string them together, but that's what aces do to you. You can't string together 2-3 hits in a row off those guys. No one can.
Chris, before we let you go, you guys continue to build off the momentum and exposure you guys that got in your conference run, and the regional, super regional. That had to be an exciting time for the program.
Big time. Program changing, life changing. 1.1 million people saw the game on Monday night. Somebody sent me a screenshot that the Little Rock Trojan logo was up at the stadium in Omaha. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And I feel like it's our duty to keep this momentum going and not rest. Our biggest recruit, Angel Cano, is back with us. We've signed an outfielder from Mississippi State. We got another arm that left Fayetteville, and we've got a ACC arm coming in this week, and so we are capitalizing on this momentum. We're getting phone calls returned from a different pool of players, if you will, and that's our job as coaches. And somebody asked me, "Well, your summer ought to be relaxing and fun." I said, "No chance."
What do you have right now?
We got to get to work.
Yeah, we got kids camp here 9 to noon this week and next. Go onto our website if you want your kids to come in, and then recruits coming in. But no, the baseball coaches' summertime is November, December.
That's right. Well, we appreciate you coming up, hanging out for a few minutes. Hopefully, we'll have more baseball to talk about. Do we have that clip ready? I want Coach to hear this. Coach, yesterday I presented the Clergy Bowl trophy to Derek Smith, the lead pastor at Bridge Church in Lone Oak. Listen to
Hey, Baz, for those who don't know, what is the Clergy Bowl? Because some folks might not know.
Yeah, Clergy Bowl is we do it during the week of the Super Bowl, and we get 4 pastors together from various areas of the state, and we do sports trivia. We go 50 questions rapid fire in an hour, and whoever gets the most right, and we literally 50 questions in really less than an hour, and Derek, I think, missed 3 out of 47 or 3 out of 50.
Well, his congregation told you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And listen to the reaction when I announced him when I had the trophy. It looks like a Super Bowl trophy. Go ahead there, Joshua Chris.
Here we go.
And your 2025 Clergy Bowl champion, Pastor Derek Smith, everybody.
That's in church. Gotta love that.
You do.
Very
Did
nice.
they take up a love offering for you?
No, they did not. Okay. They did not. But listen, a lot of listeners in that congregation.
Awesome.
Also, too, wanted to say again, we lost Ron Skaggs. Christy Mann, who, Chris, one of our great volunteers, said, That's what she said about Ron. A most beautiful human being. He was one of our Little Rock Touchdown Club's best. So detailed. Wanted it to be so special for everybody. Such a loving heart. Chris, as you know, in an organization that's successful, no matter what it is, you got to have people. You got to have the key people that do extraordinary things, and that was Ron. Man, he was just great in every way and paid attention to details. Kind guy, and he's what's made the Little Rock Touchdown Club great. Is people like him that take us to the next level. And man, just he fought cancer, and it came back. He'd done all the chemo and all that, and just said, "Hey, I'm done. I've gave it a good run. I'm ready to check out on my own terms." Got to respect that.
Absolutely.
And it did not take it long. Yeah, that's exactly right. So, 661-1037. Chris, stay in touch. Maybe we'll get you back again this week if the Hogs. Maybe we're still talking about this Thursday. Wouldn't that be fun? It just like you guys did with the Trojans, man. Just when you win 5 games in 4 days, you did it at the OVC tournament, so it can happen.
It can happen, and then even at the regional, we lost our first one and went on a run. And so it can happen. Don't panic. Baseball takes some time. It's game by game, day by day. So stick with them.
Coach, do you sleep with socks on? Yes or no?
I do not. No, sir.
Hey, listen, just get them. There's the things we cover on this show.
Attention to detail. I love it.
Making sure he gets all the reindeer games out.
Chris
before
Kane,
you go. Yes.
Thank you for great job at Miss Arkansas this weekend.
Thank you, guys, and thank you to Trader Bill's, as always. Reminder to get out on the water. Their Little Rock location or Hot Springs location, oldest marine in Hot Springs, and they've got the newest items for you, whether it's a pontoon boat, bass boat, and all the accessories. Go check them out today. Trader Bill's at both locations, Little Rock and Hot Springs.
Bill Vickery coming up next. It's Bill and Baz at So Restaurant Wednesday night. Watch out.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Watch out.
Absolutely.
You're invited. You don't have a comedy night Wednesday night, do you?
No.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
Come on, be a part.
Oh, so you need a designated driver.
No.
Is that what I'm hearing?
All right, don't go away. It's 8 o'clock.
Hey, I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Mega Millions now has better odds, bigger prizes, and the highest starting jackpot in America. Top prizes start at $50 million and increase rapidly until someone wins. What else is new? How about no more break-even prizes? Win anywhere from 2 to 10 times your bet. And the multiplier? It's no longer an add-on. Mega Millions is always $5 per play, bells and whistles included. Play today in stores or on the go. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Honda of Russellville, where you can check out the new Honda Mud Pro Series ATVs or Goldwing trikes at hondaofrussellville.com.
Our guys aren't so bad, right?
This is taking unsportsmanlike conduct to a whole new level.
Well, maybe not. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock.
Two weekend homicides are under investigation in Little Rock. The most recent happened at a home on John Barrow Road just before 1 Sunday afternoon. The man was rushed to the hospital after being shot, but he didn't survive. His name has not yet been released, and as of right now, there's no word on any suspects. Police also found a man who was shot and killed on Colonel Glenn around 2:30 Saturday morning. His name has not been released. Police haven't shared any possible suspect information in this case either. Looking ahead to Friday as a day of purpose, the parent company of KRK and our sister station, Fox 16, Nexstar Media Group, is giving back to the community on its 28th annual Founders Day of Giving. We're collecting new shoes for babies, toddlers, and adults for Our House. The organization cares for families working to transition out of homelessness. Our shoe drive will be all day Friday, June 20th at the Victory Building from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is Sincere Tonsel from KRK for Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
The Red White Report is brought to you daily on The Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We
We've got a 40% chance of a scatter shower or thunderstorm for this Monday with highs in the mid-80s. We'll see clearer conditions as we go in for tonight with lows in the mid-70s. Warming up for your Tuesday, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of a scatter shower or two. Highs tomorrow to the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in to Out of Bounds to hear from Captain Kendall Diggs. Brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
Life isn't just about living, it's about living well. No one understands that better than Baptist Health. They support you on your wellness journey wherever it may lead. Baptist Health really is so much more than a healthcare provider. They're a true partner, helping you live your fullest, healthiest life. Baptist Health provides a range of essential screenings for vital areas such as your heart, prostate, and colon, coupled with comprehensive and personalized care. They utilize state-of-the-art robotic surgeries to ensure faster recoveries and significantly less pain for their patients. You can always rely on the care you receive at Baptist Health to be delivered with Christian compassion. It's no accident that they are recognized as Arkansas's most trusted and innovative healthcare system. Their commitment to excellence is evident in every aspect of their service. When you need a partner in wellness, visit Baptist-Health.com to find the care you deserve. Baptist Health is so much more than a healthcare provider. They're a true partner, helping you live your fullest, healthiest life. Visit Baptist-Health.com to find the care you deserve. Baptist Health, for you, for life. At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
Trader Bill's Outdoors has been selling and servicing boats and motors for over 40 years. Their certified, experienced technicians are factory trained and authorized for Mercury, Yamaha, Suzuki, and more. Their service department offers everything from diagnostics and maintenance to powerhead repairs. And now they also have a no-hauling, no-hassle repair option at your location in the Little Rock and Hot Springs service areas. Your place or ours, Trader Bill's provides honest, dependable, and convenient marine sales, service, and repair.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Allstate makes finding our lowest auto price easier than ever. All you have to do is go to allstate.com and you could get coverage in just a few clicks. Yep. You can find the right protection for you right from your home, or more specifically, your couch. So check allstate.com first and get a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Potential savings and prices vary, including based on how you buy. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
If athletes coast to coast can have a coach to help them become winners, why can't you, a radio listener, have a radio coach? I, Craig O'Neill, now volunteer for that position with this idea. Join the Little Rock Racket Club. 30% off the joining fee, and you get all these swimming pools, all these different ways to stay in shape. So much fun during the summer and beyond. Your Little Rock Racket Club. Join now. And if you don't, I'm going to make you run laps and do push-ups.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Coming up Monday on Out of Bounds, we want to have a show. We need to have a show. If we're not on the air, that means Arkansas is playing in the elimination game Monday at 1. We need to have a show Out of Bounds Monday at 1 where Arkansas is playing in the winner's bracket at 6 o'clock. If we got a show, Matt Jones will join us. We'll preview that game. Plus, Joe Klein's talking NBA playoffs. Let's have a show Monday. Out of Bounds.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
Please.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
The Moretti's.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
They're below or above the knee?
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
Smart ass. All right, 8:06 on this Monday, June 16th. We are live from Branson, Missouri, established in 1912, Roger.
I know. April 1st, 1912.
We were a part of the Terry Bradshaw show last night at the Clay Cooper Theater. Yeah. It's our second time we've seen
met
it.
Clay and Tina Cooper.
Yeah, and so got a chance. Terry had some fun with us and kept giving us Little Rock shout-outs and how we got him in trouble and that he was looking forward to being on the show with us this fall. So we'll see what happens there. But he was very, very nice, and I thought he did a good job. He sang more songs than he sang last time?
He did because, and he answered more questions, is the reason he also said there at the end he didn't have time to show the other.
Yes.
He could have gone another, he went an hour and a half. He could have gone another 30 minutes if he wanted to, but I don't know. I guess he needed to get out of there for the staff.
Nice tribute from his kids that his wife Tammy had lined up. So anyways,
and he closed it with Toby Keith, so don't let the old man in. Never saw that before. He got really emotional.
Got emotional.
He sure did. He got emotional when he's also talking about the money that somebody like Dak Prescott makes. And
he
when
sure
said
did.
That,
he sure did.
He feels real sorry for Aaron Rodgers, who's only making $15 million.
Yeah, he did do that. All right, it's obviously if you just tuned in, the game today is at 1 o'clock, so that means the pregame's at 12:30. That means the Zone will lose the last 30 minutes of their show, and Out of Bounds will have no show, and then Double R may or may not have some show on the backside.
Wait a minute.
So,
the Zone will be shortened by 30 minutes?
Yes, how about that? Listen.
Is it atrophied? Is it being atrophied?
It's our man, Bill Vickery. Billy V, what's up, buddy?
You guys up there in Brandy Moe, huh? Okay.
Have you spent much time in Branson?
With the original TB12?
Yes,
yes, old
that's
school.
Exactly right, my friend. Good point.
Yeah.
Listen, we've gotten to know him a little bit better, and I think he enjoyed being on with us, and acts like he wants to do this weekly call with us during the football season. How about that?
Well, he's been a great as great a quarterback as he was at winning, especially the big games. He's been a great ambassador for the game of football. The shield grows based on guys like him and Howie and Jimmy and what they do after they leave the game and still give back to it. And, of course, they made a lot of money, too.
He's to that pregame NFL show to what Charles Barkley is to the NBA.
Yep.
He knows exactly what he's talking about, and they both don't have filters, and that's one of the things he mentioned last night when we were back in the dressing room, and Jessica picked up on that as well. He would love to be on the show and continue to do that stuff because he can say whatever he wants, and maybe we can echo those things and not get him as in trouble as he did on his own.
Well, it's funny. He knows now doing our little bitty show in Little Rock, it doesn't matter. If it's Terry Bradshaw saying it, it's gonna get 40 million impressions.
He mentioned to people in there that we have a pretty good we got a pretty big show going on down here in Little Rock.
Let's hit Bill's Open. Let's make this official for our good friends over at So Restaurant.
In these troubled times, we turn to one man. That man is Bill Vickery.
Hold up, Bill. That's my job. He was the star quarterback at Van Buren High School. He's the son of a sheriff. He's a capitalist, so you know he's getting paid for this. Here is Arkansas's most eligible bachelor, Bill Vickery. Presented by So Restaurant and Bar. For menu, reservation, and rent space information, go to SoRestaurant@ar.com.
You know, Roger, I had a chance to meet Bill and Chef Joe over at So the other night, and he's got a place at the bar, like a Sinatra. It's a Sinatra seat, or like if you go to Havana, if you go to the Floridita, there's a statue of Hemingway in the corner.
Sure.
There is a spot that is the Bill Vickery spot, the chair. Yeah, So
sure.
And anyway, and so we're rolling. We're gonna do it right Wednesday night, right, Bill?
It's on. It is on. Homeland Security's been alerted. I think there'll probably be a pause in the Israel-Iran war, as well as I noticed Vladimir Putin had tweeted out that he's also going to pause bombings just in honor of you and I, David and Bill. Big night out at So Wednesday night. I was by there last night, afternoon.
Yes.
The mug was packed. It was Father's Day, and you had all these people in. And, of course, David, you and I, unencumbered by child raising, or rearing, as Roger likes to call it, child rearing. Those days kind of slip up on me, and I'm like, wow, this place is busy for a Sunday. Well, Bill, it's Father's
Forgot what
Day.
it was.
Oh, I see now. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And so, yeah, it was
busy.
It was hopping,
busy
man.
on the streets with I don't know how many.
my state troopers,
state
oh
police,
my gosh,
were parents, or because there was a ton of them out on the road from Conway to Branson, Missouri last night.
Got eyes on you, Roger.
Yeah. By the way, Glenna here pointed this out. I saw it in my notes, and I had it in my notes. Did you see how many road rage cases there were in Arkansas in 2024? 708 road rage cases in Arkansas alone. And I tell you, people just have lost their mind. Instead of just getting mad or getting bothered, they take it to where they try to run you off the road. They pull a weapon on you. It's just like, my theory is, Bill, I always try to do this with Jessica. Jessica's pretty impressed and amazed when I do this.
Okay, yes.
Is that I just remember when somebody does something that's really like cuts me off or whatever, or maybe they accidentally do something, I remember, that could be me. I will make that mistake next time, so I'm not going to get mad. Yeah. I know you didn't mean to do it. Go your way.
I will confess. I will confess that the lesser angels of my nature take over.
Is that right?
Inside the car, a lot of anger.
Yep.
It bubbles up quickly.
Yep.
I do, but it's out. It's done. It's over. I've exercised it. I've never thought, I'm going to get out of the car and see these people. One woman in Pennsylvania, did you see this about a month and a half ago? Took a poop, got out of her car and pooped on the car behind her.
Oh, wow.
And then got back in her car.
What's the matter?
That may have been an OnlyFans thing, though.
No.
And I'm like you, Bill. When I'm doing something like that, I can't wait to get around that person, look at the driver, and I always say, well, that explains it.
Oh, wow. But you know what? But Jessica, listen, Jessica can get really aggressive, and I have to say, Jessica, stop, calm down. I have to do. Well, you do. That's to calm her down. You do. There's nothing the matter with that.
Wow.
I've seen her get angry at you.
Why do you have to tell about everybody else's?
Tanya Harding level of anger, you think, maybe? Is she
listen,
galooly,
yes. Well, it could be. I have to calm her down. But here's the deal, is that that's one of my calm places. Is that, go, my son, go forward. I will not be angry at you because I know I may do that next time.
That's right. And you don't have time to get angry while you're texting. Anyway, so the fact is that it's, invariably whenever I go around and see the person driving, I'm thinking, this is a person who knows they are impeding traffic because the law is get over to the right. Now, you don't have to be speeding. The left lane's not for you to go 100. Right. It's for slower traffic to move over. And invariably, I see it being a younger person just taking their time, which is fine because then, you know what I think? I think, well, maybe that's a good Lord's way of saying, Roger, you will avoid the accident ahead because I have slowed you down a little bit. And then I'll move on. Then I'll turn my washers on and make sure that I clean my windshield.
You see the divine hand in it, do you, Roger?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. If you've gone to the cameras here in our Airbnb, Keith says here, you guys look real comfy with your house moms.
Yeah.
Behind us. That is my mother and her friend Glenna, who we are.
Our friend, too.
Yeah, a faithful listener and supporter of trivia, touchdown club, you name it.
And Jessica.
Yes.
I just went back. My wife is she is stirring. Samantha is stirring. She doesn't get to sleep in very often.
Have you spent any time in Branson, Bill? I can see it being your kind of place.
Probably not. No, I haven't.
It's the Vegas of Terry Bradshaw's. He raised us. Yes, how many folks were over the age of 70? Had a good chunk of them there last night. But when you say it's Vegas with a skew towards the older demographic in Branson versus Vegas?
It's
Dolly Parton Stampede. Doesn't he say any more? Say more than that?
Ripley's. Ever heard of it?
I guess maybe once Boxcar Willie's run came to an end, that's probably when I.
Well, Smirnoff's still here. Yakov Smirnoff, right?
Think about
Barry
that.
Williams.
That guy's whole act. Communism's supposedly been dead for 30 years, and he's still got an act.
Yeah, it was here, gone, back again, and he's still got the biggest billboard here.
You know what?
You know what they say.
No, it was Clay Cooper talked about the when Glenn Campbell was here, how that was a packed-out show.
Yeah.
The Glenn Campbell Good Time Theater. I mean, between him, Andy Williams, listen to that. Andy Williams, Glenn Campbell, who else? Andy Williams, Ray Stevens.
Yeah.
Listen, we're talking. It was a huge, like a Vegas Strip going down this thing. You don't notice it during the day, but when the sun sets and the lights are on, I mean, it's impressive.
Bill, we have a new Miss Arkansas that was crowned.
Yes.
Chris Kane announced her. It's Kennedy Holland, who is from Greenwood. We'll have her on the show Wednesday. We'll invite her to sew for Wednesday night.
Wednesday night,
anyway,
of course. Yes,
of
course we will.
Oh, no.
UCA student. She's in communications, and her talent is singing. So we'll see if we can get her and Justin maybe to sing a tune or two.
Roger, wait, real quick. Right, you know the linkage that David has with former Miss Arkansas. I don't want to get into it.
Could you explain it? I've got no idea.
He's been linked, as they would say in page 6.
By the way, you're linked, Bill, because you used to train pageant
yes.
contestants. To answer questions, and that was part of your service that you would do, right?
Well, not a service, not a service, but it was
the Bill Vickery consultation.
Consultation, yes, over dinner.
Wow. Would you take them down to Tampa? Is that where?
So that's not. No, that's not.
You would actually do prep work for them to be able to answer during the question and answer part of it.
I saw this. It was a Seinfeld episode.
Exactly. Exactly. Kramer. I'm Kramer.
That's right.
I did.
Poise, performance, personality.
I did want to say, Bill, I was completely wrong on the U.S. Open yesterday or this weekend. I said that J.J. Spawn. In the game, they started at the top of the leaderboard in day 1. I said they won't be there by day 4. They were. Very impressive. Don't see it very often. Very rarely has it happened. A wire to wire. And did you check on that, Josh? I'm pretty sure he was the leader after day 1. Ends up knocking in a 64-foot putt on 18 yesterday to win it. He needed two putts to. That's his first major. So congratulations to him.
Think about that, David. He's playing in a final. The weather's bad. It's Sunday at a major championship, the U.S. Open. He goes out and he bogeys maybe the first 4 holes. I can't remember now. First 4 holes. Like he's playing horrible golf. Rain delay, and then he goes back out. And, I mean, the guy was on fire. The guy was on fire. And
it was not wire to wire.
Hats off to him. That putt, when you see the angle, you see the overhead shot, and you don't appreciate that putt went down into the Grand Canyon and came back up out of the Grand Canyon.
It was crazy.
Then made a right turn, picked up a couple of hitchhikers, then made it into the cup.
That's a heck of a way to walk off
Bill sounds like he's describing. Sounds like Mr. Garrison took a right turn in midair,
mind you.
Yeah.
So Josh, he was the leader of day 1, but not day 2 and 3. Is that what the deal?
I mean, wire to wire implies that you had the lead continuously throughout the entire event. He did not.
Yes.
So he had day 1 and he finished. He didn't have day 2 and day 3.
He lost the lead at a certain point. I mean, Sam Burns. Sam Burns was leading after round number 2 or 3.
Did he ever lose at the top 4 spots? I mean, he was pretty consistent the
entire
weekend.
He was up top the entire weekend. Yeah, but he was not. Yeah, not.
I think to your point, it's that anybody that's leading on day 1,
very tough.
Generally,
they run out of gas. Yes, that's tough to do.
Bill,
when you think the Hogs, you got all this expectations, and then you run into a guy that just shuts your mighty offense down. And Anderson was impressive. You heard Chris Curry say he was probably going to be the number 1 overall pick in the Major League Draft.
By the way, how great is Chris? I mean,
I know, great guy.
That was just an impressive guy and a great run for them. And the anticipation is that's not a one and done thing. Like they're going to be around now. That's and so hats off to him and a great run through the tournament. And he's a fun guy. He's very interesting to listen to. I mean, he made a lot of sense in what he was saying. Akery was on yesterday, and then Stats was on yesterday as well, and we talked about it a lot. Listen, the kid from LSU pitched a gem, no doubt about it. That was, and it wasn't as though you had one series where the ball never made it past the pitcher's mound, and LSU got 4 base runners, 2 walks, a bunt, and then a guy hit on the bottom of his heel. But not a bad pitching, actually a good pitching performance by Arkansas, with the exception of about a 4-batter, 5-batter run there. Just got beat by a better team. Pitching got beat by a really good pitcher.
I think there's something to be said, the mental part of sports, to where if I'm the Razorbacks now, I am so mad, I am so angry. That's not the way. If you win that game, things are set for you. Now you got to work your butt off, and you're like, okay, and you got embarrassed. If this mighty batting team, the greatest hitting team in Arkansas history, just got shut down. Okay, all right, boys, let's go. So that they got to fight their way out of this. Let's see what they're made of, and they've got enough talent to be able to do it, Bill.
Well, sure, they got time to get there.
It's been a while since we were saying it. We think it's 2018, the last time somebody came through the losers bracket. And of course, that was Oregon State against us.
Yeah. We remember them, don't we?
I know.
They won
so
2 in a row.
It can be done, and but we just know it's going to be. I tell you what, this for us, if it happens, it means this week's going to be a fun week to watch. Raj, I mean that means
no doubt.
Yeah. So today,
it will be. If the Razorbacks end up, are you saying it's them and LSU in the final game?
Well, if they got to beat UCLA. Yep.
I mean, then we start talking. Is this the most viewed game of all time, or where does it stand in that?
Yeah, I wonder what the numbers will be Saturday night. Of course, you heard Chris Curry say that their game was 1.1 million. Yeah, which it was great exposure for them. Today, Bill, is the National Fudge Day. Are you a fudge guy or not, Bill?
Oh man, about 32 jokes just ran to the front of my brain. None of which we should talk about on the air.
Okay,
none
this
of
was making sure. But Roger, are you fudge or no?
No.
Josh, fudge or no?
Yes.
Yes.
You can't put it like that, David.
Come
on. I got other guys pulling their cars over on the side of the road.
Depends on what kind, though.
Yes. National Fresh Veggies Day. Bill, are you a veggies guy?
What a contrast.
Are you a veggies guy?
It depends. It depends on what vegetable. French fries or hash browns?
It is national.
For you?
Who? A
veggie.
I try to.
What do you try to eat?
Broccoli, asparagus. I try to. I mean, I like corn.
Asparagus. I like corn.
I
like corn.
It's also National Take Your Cat to Work Day. Guy at the office that talks like a cat. Listen, he's one of the stars on our show, Bill. You know about Bill Vickery, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever dated? When you date a girl, are you worried if she has a cat? Or are you okay with a girl? Are you okay with cat people?
Again, with the jokes, but
Yes.
that's not. I make no value judgments based on cats or dogs
Do
or
you
any
have a
kind of
cat?
thing. Now,
Have you had a cat before?
If there is a need to take that animal to dinner, or then because
has that happened to you before?
Inevitably, the idea then is, that becomes the focal point. That's where I might draw the line. That's where I become a curmudgeonly old man.
Yes.
Is a little bit of, here we are.
Let me ask this.
Trying to
do you judge a guy who has cats instead of dogs?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And I've owned cats. And I've owned in a previous life, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was very emotionally attached to him.
Guy at the office that talks like a cat does not like that. Yeah, he just.
That's just you know what, that ought to be turned into law enforcement or something.
Heinz is coming out pushing ketchup for breakfast. What about you? Ketchup on your hash browns?
All in,
or
yes.
Or eggs?
Yes.
Eggs?
Ketchup with breakfast, fine by me.
Okay, even eggs, not just
fine by me. Maybe not the eggs, but no.
Last but not least, the study is out. They say that wearing socks to bed can help you sleep better. Or Bill,
now, when we're talking socks, what was the name of President Clinton's cat?
Socks. That's
so
exactly
do you
right.
mean we're talking two different things?
That's right. Are you? Does Bill Vickery go? Does he sleep in socks at night?
And nothing else.
No. No socks. No socks. No gloves. Who was the ones that told me that you've got these
gloves?
Gloves at the yeah, maybe right. I mean, it could have been. No, none of that.
Someone says on our D3 Auto Sales text line from the area code 337 in Louisiana, David admitted he is wrong. Is it snowing outside? I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. It doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often, but when I do, when I am wrong, I have no problem.
You don't like to be questioned.
Listen, no. If I'm wrong, I will own it. I don't have any problem with that.
No, but generally you're right, and that's what upsets everyone.
Bill, I know you would appreciate this. By the way, I do want to thank So Restaurant for sponsoring Bill.
Where you and I will be Wednesday night for a big night out.
Yes, it's going to be got great
Bill
food.
and David's.
I want Roger. I want you to take Sam and try the old chocolate sack. Good stuff, man.
Chocolate sock.
Well, that too.
Sack.
Or that
Sack.
could be. You know what? That could be a smaller version of that dessert.
That's it.
You know.
So, now, Bill, I'm going to throw this at you, and I expect you to get this. Josh will not know it. Roger got it last night in less than 3 seconds. So this is a sports-related, movie-related, pop culture and real-life trivia question.
Okay.
On this day in 1970, a particular football player passed away.
Oh, Brian Piccolo.
See, look, I knew that. No. People were probably going, you didn't give him enough hints,
No,
man.
don't need to.
I knew exactly.
Obama!
And Roger, why don't you deliver to Bill Vickery from the movie?
Here it is, Bill.
Yeah, give it to me. Yep. Give me Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams as Gale Sayers.
Yes.
Brian Piccolo died of cancer at the age of 26. He left a wife and 3 daughters. He also left a great many loving friends who miss him and think of him often. But it's not how he died that they remember, but how he lived, how he did live. Na, 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 na.
Outstanding.
And sing.
Outstanding.
It's a great song. I used to play that and Paper Roses on my oldest sister's organ.
And didn't we in the TV movie? Didn't they have real life? Didn't they have like one of the? It seemed like they had
a couple of players in there.
Yeah.
In the TV movie, when Brian Piccolo is down in the basement of Gale Sayers, this is just a useless piece of information. It was a TV movie.
James Caan.
James Caan is downstairs in the basement. Gale Sayers and his wife pull up into their driveway and walk into their house. That house is the Stevens house from Bewitched.
Oh, wow.
The interior, yes. When they go right into the foyer right there, boom, that is from the TV show Bewitched. And then they made a movie about it, another movie about it, for sake of argument, 10 years ago. And it was, it was the die-in scene was a lot more intense now than it was with that one in 1970.
They dropped it in
72.
Do we really believe that Jimmy Caan could keep up with Billy D. Williams Jr.? I mean, when they're running, they're sort of side by side there in the scene that Roger's describing.
It's like Rocky and Apollo Creed.
Yeah, there's no way Carl Weathers is stride.
No,
I mean, he's leaving Rocky behind. Yeah, that's even through the
totally behind.
And now that I think about this, so this was what 2 years before Godfather for Caan?
Yeah, he's not Sonny Corleone yet.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. Exactly. James Caan.
And it was not even it was not a theater movie.
The
It was a
N-word
TV.
was uttered in that movie
they dropped
too,
the N-word in there.
TV,
How about that?
That was the 70s.
What a couple other things I want to mention because I know, Bill, you have the ability to answer this. So these two movies were released within 2 years of each other, 1978, 1980. Both had heavy soundtracks, heavy music-related themes to the
Grease, Urban Cowboy.
Oh my gosh! You just got one of them.
Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever.
So now Roger struggled a little bit on the second one, 1980.
But then I nailed it.
Wait, that was Urban Cowboy in 80, right?
78 was Grease. No, this one. Let me give you the hint. 1980.
Oh.
It was a comedy. It was an action, and it starred two people in it. I'll go ahead and tell you, two dudes, two guys, two buds.
Wow, it's comedy, an action comedy musical
with a great soundtrack. Yes,
I don't come up.
As a matter of fact, watch this. I'll give you an extra hint.
Okay.
Also making cameo appearances in this movie: James Brown, Ray Charles, and Aretha Franklin.
Oh, Blues Brothers. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I brought shame on my home. I brought shame on my house.
That's okay. You didn't take long to get it.
No.
And so that was a creation of Belushi and Aykroyd got together, and they wanted to do a side gig while they were doing Saturday Night Live, and that's when they created and wrote that script, and they threw it out there to a bunch of folks. And so
there we go.
Yeah.
Belushi was so big. He had number one movie, had number one TV show, Saturday Night Live. Was singing, had a hit with this. All right,
Cab Calloway was in that movie.
What's that?
Cab Calloway.
Yeah.
Why say that?
Minnie the Moocher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great job, Baz. Great job.
Ball. Here
Wow. All right, let's take this to break. More Bill Vickery when we return. Don't go away. Live from Branson.
Coach Kevin Kelly on the Zone, presented by your locally owned Little Rock Athletic and Racket Club. It's pool season. Join today and save 30% off the joining fees. LRAC.com.
This is Sports Center.
Do or die time for Arkansas baseball. It's win or go home for the Hogs as they take on the Murray State Racers today at the College World Series in Omaha. I want to thank all of our sponsors, Edwards Food Giant, Whataburger, and Bet Saracen for sponsoring our coverage. First pitch today is at 1 o'clock. You can catch it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. You can also watch the game as well on ESPN. Justin Acree will be checking in all day, and you can check our social media feeds as well on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Game 5 of the NBA Finals coming up tonight between the Pacers and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Right now, the series is tied at 2 games apiece as it shifts back to OKC. Tip-off is slated for 7:30 Central Time. You can catch it on ABC. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 40% chance of a scatter shower or thunderstorm for this Monday with highs in the mid-80s. We'll see clearer conditions as we go in for tonight with lows in the mid-70s. Warming up for your Tuesday, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of a scatter shower or two. Highs tomorrow to the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs, is back and happening July 19th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock. Your ticket includes a tasting cup and margarita samples from some of the best bars and restaurants in the city. Get your tickets now at Stubbs.net. Come sip, sample, and celebrate summer at the most refreshing event of the season. The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs and brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
When it comes to our health, we all know the importance of maintaining an active lifestyle. Hey everybody, Josh Neighbors here for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative health. And if you're like me, you want to be active. I want to play basketball basically 5 days a week. For you, it might be coaching your kid's baseball team or playing pickleball with your friends. One thing that can keep us from achieving that healthy lifestyle, joint pain. For me, it's my back. Whatever it is, QC Kinetics can help. They've been on the cutting edge since 2018, and they've helped tens of thousands of people achieve lasting joint pain relief by using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing. Regenerative health used to be viewed as an alternative treatment, but now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics, they are the nation's leader. Their well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments that help revitalize and restore those damaged joints. They're going after the source of the pain. So you can say goodbye to that chronic pain, and you can get back on the baseball field, on the pickleball court, wherever it is that's your happy place, your active place. So check them out, this revolutionary treatment, and get a free consultation as well. Call QC Kinetics today. That's 501-222-8440, 501-222-8440.
Shop your favorite summer clothing brands at Fort Thompson. From Sitka, Patagonia, Local Boy, Marshwear, Drake, and many more. Fort Thompson's in Sherwood is looking forward to seeing you and taking care of all your needs. Shop local. Shop Fort Thompson.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you. With state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
106.7 Buzz 2 is your home for Arkansas Travs baseball. Hear every pitch, every crack of the bat on 106.7 Buzz 2. For the full calendar, go to Travs.com. It's the greatest game on dirt, and you can hear it all on 106.7 Buzz 2.
This is Quinn Grovey, and you're listening to Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
I thought our pitching was incredible. Obviously, Anderson and Shores did a tremendous job, and then they finished it up there with Evans in the ninth. But, we had a couple of chances to score some runs, and we didn't. Reese hit a home run and got us kind of feeling pretty good down 3-1. And, we just need to score the next inning, but we didn't. But really, it boiled down to Anderson. He didn't give us anything. I mean, he's 11-1 because he's really good. So that's all I got.
It's really good. Good explanation. 8:36. You just joined the show. Roger and I are up in Branson. Went to the Terry Bradshaw show last night at the Clay Cooper Theater. That's our second time we've seen him, and had a good time with him. He gave Arkansas and Little Rock a lot of love last night, and it was fun. We called the Hogs.
You know what? I don't know. Let's see. We talked to Glenna, and she is personal friends with country singing star, legend, I'm assuming Hall of Famer Ricky Van Shelton. And she has seen him upwards of 200 times.
Bill, this woman has seen Ricky Van Shelton 200 plus times.
Yeah. I was trying to and I think I'm on that same course now, because I think I've seen Terry Bradshaw more than I've seen any other performer in the history of my life.
Twice.
More than once. Yes.
Bill, what is the show that you've seen the most? Is there an entertainer that you've seen multiple times?
Boy, Jackson Brown I've seen about 5 times.
Oh, Jessica loves
Jackson Brown.
For sure.
Yeah, I got the chance to meet him once, and it didn't go well.
Very cool.
I said,
Oh,
what's the big idea smacking Daryl Hannah around? You old drunk? And he didn't care much for that. So.
I didn't know that story.
No, that's I sort of made that up just now.
Okay,
but Jackson Brown 5 times, and he does a thing.
Okay.
You know, he does this thing. Listen, this is what they figured out now. The money in the music business is no longer in recording because you can't make it because you can't sell it.
Yep.
It's in live performing, though. It's touring.
That's right.
That's the thing. And about 15 years ago, Jackson Brown got all of his guitars in a van, and just started driving around the country doing shows solo by himself, or occasionally he'd have somebody come on, mostly acoustic. He'd sit around, tell stories, and he would go, what do you want to hear? And audience members just yell stuff out, and he plays for about an hour, hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it's just all his old hits, and he yells, talent. And then I saw him once in Memphis where somebody screamed Freebird, which I was proud of. He comes back out, and he lays all this butcher paper out in front of him, and he goes, okay, I'm going to do Freebird.
Wow. How about that?
It's my favorite song here.
Yeah.
But Jackson
Loadout.
That's forever.
A ton of great history with the Eagles, Eleanor Ronstadt. Man, if you haven't seen that documentary.
Laurel Canyon, when they lived in Laurel Canyon, and
Fast Times at Ridgemont.
I tell you that was a cool time. Do you remember the part of the documentary? There's a cool part in that documentary, Bill, the Eagles, where I forget who it was that was sitting. Was it living above him or below him, Jessica? It was one of the Eagles, and said.
So it was Glenn Fry and what's his name? The drummer.
Joe Walsh.
No, it was Glenn Fry and.
It was Glenn
Glenn Fry.
So he heard
Henley.
Yeah. Don Henley, yes.
It was either him or Henley, but they heard Jackson Brown putting together every day, working on a. And they said it just taught him a lot to where he was just, really fascinating. If you love music, you've got to watch the Eagles documentary.
For sure.
I did want to say real quick, too, speaking of
Can I jump in real quickly, David, before you leave that? Because there's another great documentary about Laurel Canyon where they all lived. So that's where Jackson Brown and it was Don Henley and Glenn Fry that lived above him, and then J.D. Souther lived there.
Yeah, you betcha.
Stephen Stills. So it's a great, down on Sunset. There's a club called the Troubadour next to the Roxy.
Yeah. Valentine and I went there.
And so, but it's called Echo in the Canyon, and it's all about that time. Linda Ronstadt had a house there. Frank Zappa had a home, like all through this area.
So cool.
Yeah. that was.
We've seen have you seen the Troubadour, that documentary, Bill? That's similar. We need to watch that one, Jessica. The other one.
So who have you seen more than anybody, if there is such a thing?
We've seen we've seen Justin Moore, the Eagles. We've seen the Eagles probably. I've seen the Eagles 3 or 4 times. I don't think I've seen anybody more than 3 or 4. Again, I know
Justin Moore. That's a fan.
I know I mentioned Justin Moore, but I
didn't count him.
I know somebody who's seen George Strait 100 times.
Sure.
Besides, listen,
RJ?
RJ has seen. I think RJ's seen
Kenny
him.
Chesney.
Kenny Chesney.
Put a peace bond out on him. Peace bond. That's so cool.
I did want to say one of the things too I love about and Bill and I will be at Wednesday night. So
Wednesday night, whooping it up. So
Jackie Lackey was there. Who, Jackie Lackey's good buddies of Frank Fletcher's and.
I know that name.
Yeah, and then Jeff Yant.
Yep.
Who was how do you pronounce it? Sommelier?
Yeah.
What? Sommelier. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's Somalia, somewhere in Somalia.
Jesse Somalia?
No, what are you talking about?
Somalia. It's somewhere. I think he's from.
He's
Somalia.
a trained sommelier.
Yes, and so we were sitting there, and he is one of the best in the state of Arkansas, Bill. And he was putting on the show for us. Was it Saturday night? Where was it?
Yeah, it was Friday night.
It was Friday night, and so he's been around. He knows everybody, sort of like we do. He's been around the game long enough. But there's enough, and of course, Frank Fletcher's a big fan of that place as well.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
waiter, could you ask the sommelier to come over here? The Somalian, please, to come over here.
The Somalian who knows about wine. That's it. 661-1037 is the number if you want to be a part of the show.
Hey, if you want to be a part of, since we're talking about that, I want to give everybody a shout out, and because I want to see if Bill Vickery will be one of the judges of the upcoming bikini contests that are happening at Oaklawn. The next one is the 28th. I was at one Saturday night with Tina Ho and Nancy Holtis. They're going to do it again on June 28th, and I know they'll be looking for a few more judges. I know you'll be back to do one this year, Baz, before they ended them in August. So will DJ and Ebony will be doing that as well. And maybe Bill Vickery, who has had experience in judging contests and such like that. But it was fantastic to be down there at the pool area. It's right outside you. I didn't even know that was going on down there.
It's a beautiful area.
The pool's open at Oaklawn.
It's a beautiful
Absolutely.
area.
Absolutely.
So if I'm going to ask you this question, Bill Vickery, as we go to break here, I want you to give me the words, and I think Bill will get this in less than 1 second. 1 second.
Okay.
So when you think I'm going to give you
Sommelier.
this athlete.
Okay, no, that's not it. Okay.
No.
Is that Muhammad Ali?
Boumaier. I want you to give me the two words that this athlete is known for the minute I say his name.
Okay.
The minute I say it's his birthday today.
Okay.
He will get it before I even finish the name.
Are you sure? Now you're putting the pressure on.
Go slow.
That's what it is.
Go slow.
Here we go.
Speak slowly.
Give me Chris Kane slow.
He's known for two words that he uttered. Roberto Duran.
No mas.
3. Boom! 1 second.
Yeah.
No
Should
mas.
have had it, honestly, before you finish the Owen.
I think he would get before that.
A little slow on this one.
Yeah.
Now this is for Josh.
It's not your fault.
Josh, tell me what athlete this athlete is. This is not his stage name, if you will. This is his real name. James Hellwig.
Isn't it a wrestler?
It is.
I don't know. I don't know who it is.
Oh my gosh! Wow! Just no effort whatsoever.
You can
what?
It's the
He's done.
It's the Ultimate Warrior.
Where are you on your resume right now?
Ultimate Warrior.
He can't put that on a check though, so he has to go by James Hellwig for banking
I know
reasons.
Mr. Fuzzy-Wig.
We go. He's dead. He's dead now. We go back to Bill for sports.
Hey, by the way, do you know who was?
I've been shut out of the sports conversation. Bill is officially the sports guy now.
Who was Roberto Duran fighting when he quit on his stool?
That's easy. Josh, you know it?
Come on.
I should know this.
Come on, man.
Oh goodness.
It's not Sweet and Low.
Who was the biggest?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
There you go.
Good job, Josh.
I'm back. I'm back to being the sports guy again.
All right, it's Phil Mickelson's birthday today.
What's up, Phil?
Lefty.
Tell me how many majors, Bill Vickery, that Phil Mickelson won.
I want to say 5.
What do you say, Bill?
Okay.
It might be 7 though.
No, he hasn't won 7.
Roger, take a shot.
I say 6.
What do you say, Bill?
I'm with Josh. I say 5.
The answer is 6. King of all trivia gets that one.
Roger, nice job. So I guess the one.
Not me.
Yes.
Yeah. Could I get one of these gift certificates?
What are you saying?
Okay.
Welcome
to Mo.
So he won the PGA Championship when he was 51 years old at Kiowa, and I guess that was number 6.
He was late in the game. I mean, obviously that was. Justin, yeah, he was late in the game. Matter of fact, he didn't make the cut. This was his last chance to
Well, yeah.
for the U.S. Open, right? I think I read that.
I don't know that.
Last thing as we go to break, Bill, I want you to give me one.
One.
I want you to give me one because you're such an eclectic guy.
Yeah, one.
That's why
I'm
I
a
can't wait to hang
sommelier.
out with you Wednesday night.
Call me a sommelier.
Somalian.
Yeah, Somalian. The Somalian who knows
Somalian.
Poor Jeff.
So give me one. Give me one song. Give me one song by this birthday boy today.
Okay.
Tupac Shakur.
Let's see. What's the one he did
One
about
song.
it's about his mom.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm blanking on it. That's the one I love the most.
Say it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Josh here. He's not paying attention to me. I'm trying to
Roger, what do you got?
dig it out.
I know what the song.
So
What is it, Josh?
Yeah.
It's Dear Mama.
Dear Mama. That's it. Jeez.
I think that's Roger.
Yeah.
Here's one. You know the other one, right, Roger?
She's a member of the Black
California.
Panthers.
California.
Yeah, but that was just too. That was too. Oh, here come a wave of texts, dear mom, dear mama. Thank you, RJ. Thank you.
RJ.
Yeah.
All right, do not go away. We are live from the entertainment capital of
the Mid-South,
Missouri, the Boot Hill. I don't know, right?
Actually, the world, according to our scroll.
Yes,
that's right.
There we go, Rod. There we go. Is that moving Bill Victory
But
in
see,
the
that's
studio
more
right
of a Dre. Like
it's all three of them.
I know, but he wrote it. You know,
you better watch it. You better watch it,
just
Bill Victory.
appeared on it. This is right after he got out of prison too.
Wow, breaking it down. That's why the ladies love him. All right, 8:47. Don't go away.
Hey everybody, Roger Scott, and I've got some important information for you. Central Arkansas, if you are looking for a great way to keep the kids active, engaged, and inspired this summer, Summerwood Sports has got you covered with not one, but two, count them, two, awesome summer camps for grades 3 through 7. We're talking about sports, games, movies, and more. Plus, a daily devotional to feed the soul, and lunch every single day to keep them fueled up. It's the perfect mix of fun, faith, and friendship, and it's all under one roof. So mark your calendars. Camp sessions run June 9th through the 12th, and again July 14th through the 17th. Spots are going to fill up fast, so do not waste. Get all the details and sign up today at summerwoodsports.com. Here's the dates again. June 9th through June 12th and July 14th through July 17th. Do not hesitate. Sign up now at summerwoodsports.com. Let's make 2025 the summer to remember.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Justin Akery with Lorbeth from Kaufman by Design West and Lorbeth. I'm so excited about the upcoming months. We've got great holidays upon us, and at Kaufman by Design West, you have everything to get folks outside and celebrating.
We have grilling season coming up, so we've got big green eggs and tons of accessories, and then it's also outdoor season. So we've got lots of in-stock steel products, toolkits, coolers, travel cases.
And for those who want to do some home improvement, we've got power tools galore. You can find it all at Kaufman by Design West, 14900 Cantor Road, out west past Taylor Loop. They're also online at kaufmanlumber.com.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood. Our employee pricing program was such a big hit for May. We're going to do it again in June. We had a fantastic month, and you really responded. Remember, employee pricing simply means you pay what we pay. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. Folks, there's no gimmicks, no hoops. You pay what we pay. Only Fletcher Dodge has the discounts in addition to employee pricing of up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Got some other great deals. New Jeep Wranglers, $7,000 off. New Jeep Compasses for only $379 a month with no money down. Don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes right on the internet. FletcherCredit.com. At Fletcher Dodge, we're always going to give you the best price and the lowest finance rates. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease the Hyundai Tucson for $289 per month or get 2.99% APR for 48 months. See your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 7th. Call 469-405-7740 for details.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Did Josh miss another curse word in a movie clip? Let us know at 501-661-1037. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
I thought the pitchers did a good job, just moving it around a little bit. Gibbler made a mistake 0-2. Supposed to be down in the dirt and probably gets a punch out. And Gackle doesn't give up any runs because that was his run out there. But he pitched great. He did everything that we were hoping he would do, and that's hold down a really good lineup and give us a chance to chip away and get back in. But their staff didn't let us.
I don't know who you are.
8:52. Wrapping up things here with Bill Vickery, brought to you by So Restaurant.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
you
David.
guys, so what time does that play? So what can you tell me about that other than the
It's
fudge,
fudge deal. It's right there on Kavanaugh.
Chocolate sack.
Yeah, they've got amazing steak. They've got.
Is that what it is? Is that what they're known for? If you're going to go there?
They've got everything. Yeah.
So they do a lunch, they do a burger or something like that? Then they do a steak?
No. Dinner only.
It's only
Dinner
dinner.
only.
Okay, very good.
Dinner only.
All right, hey, shout out to my cousin Mark Scott,
Hey, Mark.
who's listening, and he took his mom, my aunt, to see Jackson Brown a couple of times before she passed a few years back. Yeah, I didn't know that she was a Jackson Brown fan. Big fan of Jackson Brown. How's Jackson Brown now? What do you think?
He's going to be 70.
Jackson Brown is 96 years old.
Bill,
Mama named him Clay.
Did you want to add anything to So before we let you go?
No.
You were talking about
No, because during the break, David, while you and I will be whooping it up, and I think I've arranged, Dave, for a private area with some personal security. So you know how it won't be roped off, but it'll be, how you get back in an area and you're like, okay, I'm sorry, we're going to need to see.
Yeah.
So are you preparing the guest list, David, for Wednesday night? Because, let me drop this on you. During the break, Josh and I were talking.
Yes.
And I don't know how deeply I can get into this, but he's linked now with somebody.
Yes.
And I said, look, I'll meet the two of you at So let's have dinner there on a Friday night. That way he doesn't have to get up, and so he's going to go. So we've got him in the mix.
I'm
so
excited.
That way he gets to experience the whole thing. Yeah.
Wow. It's a really cool. It's a cool neighborhood restaurant.
Yeah, right there.
It's got a cool old building. It's really a neat atmosphere, and we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
I hope you do.
Who else
We're
is
glad
coming?
that
Is it just going to be you and I?
No,
is it just going to be
others.
Ace and Gary sitting over in a corner with one big chocolate sack and two spoons?
Exactly right.
It
All
can't
I'm
be
hearing
that.
is just you and I.
Right, exactly.
Don't forget, you've got. Listen, one thing about the good and bad about the Razorbacks losing is that they've got a net win 4 games in a row. But hey, you got baseball on during the day today as you're going with your day.
As we're driving back after shopping,
That's right.
in Branson, we'll be able to pull it up and listen.
Yeah, the pregame starts at 12:30. So that means the zone has to cut out at 12:30, and then no out of bounds, and then we'll see how far it goes into Randy's show, possibly
decimating the hitter lineup here at the Buzz.
You think it goes into drive time?
It will.
I guess I think it would a little bit.
Did I just hear Randy in the studio?
You did.
quote unquote.
Wow.
How about
Look at
that?
that right there.
You do have
another thing to your repertoire.
You got Indiana and Oklahoma City tonight at 7:30.
Yeah.
That series is
Yeah.
tied 2-2.
Game 5.
Listen, that's been a good series.
That's a great. Nobody's seen it, David. You realize the ratings are down almost 25%.
I know. I saw that.
But it is a great series.
Basketball series, yeah.
It
I
really
agree.
is.
I agree.
Young teams.
I agree.
I mean, it's,
But if you get Indianapolis and Oklahoma City, that's kind of the deal, right? You're gonna end up getting lower viewership.
I don't mind.
I know.
The other thing, Bill, is again South Florida continues to dominate hockey. They're up 3-2. They're going to win. They might win their second consecutive Stanley Cup, and that's
done.
Again, 6 years in a row of Florida hockey, being the player.
How many people show up in Miami for that parade, David? Do you think there'll be people who'll go, "What is this? Get out of the way! I got to park my car."
The other thing is Ohtani, who may be in our generation, maybe the greatest baseball player. You start making. He's back pitching tonight. I don't think he'll throw very much, but yeah, how crazy is that? He leads the National League in home runs.
He's a big dude.
He is a big dude.
I don't know why I didn't think he would be, but he's a big
we saw him at the All-Star game, Bill. He's an impressive-looking athlete.
You think about what he did. Well, I'm sorry, David, but you've got effectively the Babe Ruth career in the early to middle, the late. Early part of the 21st century, 100 years ago, he's doing what Babe Ruth did 100 years ago. Pitching, because Ruth was a great pitcher, and leads the league in home runs, can steal bases, can hit for average. It really is an impressive thing to watch compete at that level.
And if I may repeat something Rainwater would say,
yes, quote unquote.
I won't really appreciate Ohtani until long after I'm dead.
Yes.
Randy says that?
Yeah.
I love that.
Bring back the little book.
Cam Kojal just popped me a text. I called Cam and just say, listen, we normally do his call on Monday.
Right.
I said, man, last thing we need to know is, BAZZEL is calling Cam Kojal on game day,
Right.
And so,
what'd he say? Way to go.
He just said, hey, man, he said, I agree with you 100%. He said, we'll take it one pitch at a time today. Woo Pig Sooie, let's do it.
Awesome.
So
Love it.
Fired up and ready to go.
Big win today, boys. Big win. Big win.
Thank
you live in a fairy world if you think we're not going to win today. Book it.
Outstanding, baby. Outstanding. All right,
Y'all
we'll
be
see
safe.
you Wednesday night, Bill.
Y'all be safe.
Thanks to So. Yeah, thanks, buddy. All right, it is 9 o'clock. We're not going to do graffiti. I think it's just too much.
No, I agree.
I think it's too much.
Why not?
Or we could try. I don't know. It's up to you. We may get Pat Brown.
No. Do it when you're all back here.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be the best thing too. All right, do not go away. 9 o'clock.
I refuse to go.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
The Diamond Hogs have their sights set on Omaha. Hear every game along the way on 103.7 The Buzz. Brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
This is your official sports and entertainment station, Central Arkansas. We are 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock.
2 weekend homicides are under investigation in Little Rock. The most recent happened at a home on John Barrow Road just before 1 Sunday afternoon. The man was rushed to the hospital after being shot, but he didn't survive. His name has not yet been released, and as of right now, there's no word on any suspects. Police also found a man who was shot and killed on Colonel Glenn around 2:30 Saturday morning. His name has not been released. Police haven't shared any possible suspect information in this case either. Looking ahead to Friday as a day of purpose, the parent company of KRK and our sister station, Fox 16, Nexstar Media Group, is giving back to the community on its 28th annual Founders Day of Giving. We're collecting new shoes for babies, toddlers, and adults for Our House. The organization cares for families working to transition out of homelessness. Our shoe drive will be all day Friday, June 20th at the Victory Building from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is Sincere Tonsel from KRK for Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Catch the Buzz on all our social media platforms, presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. They're your pool and spa chemical headquarters. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 40% chance of a scatter shower or thunderstorm for this Monday with highs in the mid-80s. We'll see clearer conditions as we go in for tonight with lows in the mid-70s. Warming up for your Tuesday, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of a scatter shower or two. Highs tomorrow to the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Join Morning Mayhem this Tuesday as they broadcast live from the Summerwood Sports Complex in Bryant for the Big Miller Summerwood Sports Team Camp. Come by and say hi to the guys, then make plans to come back later and see some great basketball action with many of the top players in the state participating. It's all happening on Tuesday with 103.7 The Buzz.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. Last month our Employee Pricing Plus program was a huge success, so we're going to do it again in June. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all new Jeep Compass 4-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Trader Bill's Outdoors has been selling and servicing boats and motors for over 40 years. Their certified, experienced technicians are factory trained and authorized for Mercury, Yamaha, Suzuki, and more. Their service department offers everything from diagnostics and maintenance to powerhead repairs. And now they also have a no-hauling, no-hassle repair option at your location in the Little Rock and Hot Springs service areas. Your place or ours, Trader Bill's provides honest, dependable, and convenient marine sales, service, and repair.
So Restaurant and Bar is open under new management. Original chef Joseph Salguero is back with a unique menu. So Restaurant and Bar has been around since 2006 in the heart of Little Rock's historic Hillcrest neighborhood on Kavanaugh Boulevard. Experience fine dining right in your backyard. They offer 3 separate event spaces or the ability to rent out the restaurant for any type of event or party, plus multiple catering options. View their menu, make reservations, or rent their event space at SoRestaurantAR.com. SoRestaurantAR.com.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Steven Reiser, Seth Boyd, or Todd Martin in Jacksonville today.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Allstate makes finding our lowest auto price easier than ever. All you have to do is go to allstate.com and you could get coverage in just a few clicks. Yep, you can find the right protection for you right from your home, or more specifically, your couch. So check allstate.com first and get a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Potential savings and prices vary, including based on how you buy. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Rainy days are great, unless your gutters can't keep up. Don't let clogged, leaky, or missing gutters cause damage to your home. Talk to the folks at Wood Davis Lumber Plus. Not only do they sell gutters, they install them as well. Seamless, custom-fit gutters that are built to last and keep the water where it belongs, away from your home. Call Wood Davis today for a free estimate and let the Plus be the service you can count on.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
I want your blood. I want your soul.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
And I want them both right now.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
I'm your huckleberry.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, Lunger, let's do it.
All right. It is 9:06. If you just joined the show, we're up here in Branson, Missouri.
Yes.
Attended the Terry Bradshaw show last night, the Clay Cooper Theater. Second time seeing that, and great to see Terry and his wife Tammy.
I didn't know that when in his story he's telling this the deal about how this whole thing came to fruition, and it was whatever the long description, the name was that he gave, but it was to be on Broadway.
Yeah.
And he's out in Vegas, and he mentioned a word that only I have been blessed with thus far at Oaklawn, and that's a residency.
Yeah.
And he's out there doing that sort of thing, and so it was pretty amazing that they had that going on. And I like that he had the forethought, or at least the being humble enough to be able to say, I don't think my life is worth a Broadway show, you know.
Well, the thing, Josh, I don't know if we've mentioned it or not yet. I think one of the funniest things, he took another shot at Rogers, by the way, last night. And
I asked him that earlier, and y'all said he didn't.
He did. He took a.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. We would have said, yeah, man.
But the other thing is that he had fun at the expense of the Cowboys and Dak Prescott.
He said that Dak Prescott is making more money in one game than he made his entire last year as an NFL quarterback.
Wow.
And he also said, Josh, that he didn't like playing the game.
Yeah, he did.
He said taking the hits was nothing. That was baby stuff. It was, why is that fridge open?
I don't know.
Was baby stuff. It was all learning the plays and everything. That was one of the hardest things, as you can only imagine. But he said he didn't like it. He took a shot at Coach Noel. Said Coach Noel didn't appreciate it as much as he did. But I remember growing up, it was Terry Bradshaw, Roger Staubach, Ken Stabler, and I'm sure there may be another one or two, I can't remember, but the first time I ever heard anybody talking to a quarterback calling their own plays. Yeah, so they called their plays. And Fran probably did, I guess, now that you say that. But he also talked about, he mentioned the Rodgers thing again and said that
well, he
Baz, did you like football? I mean, like, did you? Because like we've mentioned this before, but I always use the Curtis Martin story when he got in the Hall of Fame. He talked about how he didn't like football, and Bill Parcells told him, "But you like the stuff that football's afforded you."
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
I like the game. I didn't like the practice and the wear and tear. I love the games. I love being able to make the tackles and
that's
make
why
the
dudes
play.
will like retire during OTAs and training camp. They're like,
what
why
it
do I
is.
keep doing this? Like this
That's
is awful.
exactly
Like game days
that's
were
why
great, I'm sure, but like you said, you hate spring practice.
You see retirements right now where guys go, man, I just don't want to go back and go through this again.
Ragnall?
And, he said also last night, Roger, he goes, if I had $60 million, I guarantee I'd win one playoff game.
He sure did. He sure did. He sure did. Well, because we all know that Dak was, unless something's changed, the highest paid player in the history of NFL. Not quarterback, highest paid player in the history of the NFL for Dak Prescott, and he doesn't have that. He said he would get under center right now at 76 years or whatever he is for that kind of money. Josh, do we have a question of the day out?
We don't. We can have one.
I didn't see it, so I just assume I was looking for. I just assumed that it might be Hawk chances today.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
While we're doing that, real quick, talking about that, don't forget you can win a lunch, a catered lunch by Moe's from Moe's by going to the Buzz website. Is for about 15 employees. That's about the size they will do. Just go to the Buzz homepage and look for the rotating box. It says register to win lunch. It'll tell you what you need to do. Now, how far do they go? They have stores in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Conway, and Bryant. They'll travel 20 miles from any of those stores. Little Rock, North Little Rock, Conway, and Bryant. We'll announce it this Friday, Roger. They'll do a fajita bar with meat, veggies, cheese dip, chips, cookies, and drink. So anyway, any other day but Wednesday. They'll do it any other day if you win. So that's an easy deal. If you've got a company about that size or a front office that you want to take care of, go to the Buzz website and get that done. So 661-1037 is the number. I do want to thank them for sponsoring John Daly. We appreciate their support. Roger, I hadn't mentioned this too. The Travelers played last night. They beat the Naturals. Do we hate the Naturals? Do we hate Northwest Arkansas Naturals?
I
Not
don't.
really.
I don't.
There's no really hatred. There's not. I'm sure the players probably. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
Well, we hate
maybe
it
the
if
minor league they don't.
If they were an upstart in the league that the Travelers have been in for 100 years, and then they come out and do that, and there's a general dislike or general friendly rivalry between Central Arkansas and Northwest Arkansas.
Have you been to that stadium up there?
I have not.
Josh, have you? I don't know. I guess Josh hadn't either. I have not been. I think I like ours better. I'm maybe biased because I'm Central Arkansas.
You are.
Arkansas. The Travelers are 6 games behind first place. They're tied with the Naturals. But anyway, that was last night. If you missed it, also too, no Jordan Anthony for sure. He just won the 100 meter. He's the national champion, Raj, in the 100 meter dash. He's the fastest collegiate man in America. And we're hoping maybe they might try to talk him back into playing football. He's out. So don't forget, you got Bobby Petrino, Taylor Green, Casey Dick, and Niles Davis. July 24th countdown to kickoff. So go to the Buzz website for those tickets. But, yeah, that would have been nice, Raj, to get him back. It would have been nice to have him, even though he only caught 11 balls last year, just to have a threat.
Yeah.
Would be nice. So,
Baz, I want to say thank you to our buddy Chuck Denton at Cellular Data Solutions.
Thank you, Chuck.
He had this
Our
credit
credit
point.
points,
He
yes.
updated it and did all that for us. So the one that we have right now is compliments of, and I assume, I have no idea other than, he's the one that does those things to get that taken care of. We appreciate that, Chuck Denton, for all you do for us at Cellular Data Solutions. Tomorrow I'll be at Boudreaux's. No work, no comedy show at Pop's Lounge. We'll do that the 25th at Oakland. But Thursday we'll be back to do trivia in Mainline Sports Bar. Looking so forward to that.
I mentioned that I got a chance to interview Demario Davis, who is a linebacker, maybe one of the most unknown players. Played at Arkansas State, played under Steve Roberts. They recruited, and then Steve Roberts got fired in the last year. Hugh Freeze, so that he was a senior when Hugh Freeze was there. They went 10-2, and goes.
Okay, so he only played under those two.
He played under those two.
Okay.
But he goes and kills it at the combine. His numbers are like, wow. Okay, he's 6'2", 235. He's running a 4.5. He bench presses 225 32 times. I mean, he's legit physical, player. So they draft him in the 3rd round. He plays for the Jets for 4 or 5 years, plays for the Browns 1 year, and then he's been with the Saints for 8 years. And for those who've missed it earlier, he is ranked right now the 25th all-time tackler in the history of the game of football. And Roger, he gave a great story. I asked him, I said, now listen, you played, this will be his 14th year, so he's played against every quarterback. Brady, Manning, Rodgers, played against Breeze and with Breeze. I said, who was the toughest? He said, not even close. He said, I was a rookie.
Hold on. What year?
It would have been 2011 or 12, something like that.
He's a rookie. Okay.
He said it's not even close. He said it's Brady. He said, and let me tell you where he realized the best.
Oh, best.
He said
Okay, sure.
He said he realized it real quick. It was a 2-minute drill, and he said Brady came up to the line of scrimmage and immediately, he according to him, he said rookie, go 56 rookie. So every time he came to the line of scrimmage on the 2-minute drill, he's taking advantage because he realizes he's got a rookie player in there. And he said they marched up and down the field like it was nothing. He said by that time I was so confused I didn't know what to do. And he said he just said he's on another level mentally, and that's what made him great. But anyway, this
you
guy,
bet.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, to think about the perspective of these guys, and so he's down in New Orleans, and he's a rock star down there. And probably guy's going to has a chance maybe to get in the NFL Hall of Fame.
How about that?
I know.
And this guy out of ASU.
What's that? 2-star. No, hardly anybody recruited him. It was between Southern Miss and Arkansas State. And the reason Steve Roberts told me the reason they signed him, their coach went and watched him high jump. He was a track guy, basketball and football. He high jumped 6'8". He high jumped 6'8", so wow, this guy's an athlete. They sign him as a 2-star, gets kicked out. He steals something in Walmart his freshman year.
Who hadn't?
Yeah, gets kicked off the team for 1 year. Steve brings him back, and he becomes.
Is that right?
The chaplain of the team converts. Leads him to Christ. He becomes a Christian, changes the direction of his life. And now he's just doing great things in the community. Yeah, it's
How
really,
about that?
Yeah, great story, great guy.
It's a fantastic story.
Yeah, and here's the crazy thing.
I mean, things could have changed from the theft.
That's right. He got kicked out 1 year in his high school too. So he had those bumps and bruises. But in 13 years of playing in the NFL, which are 17-game schedule, guess how many games he's missed?
0.
1.
Okay.
He missed one in 13 years, and that's why he's got so many tackles. He hadn't missed games, and I'll just tell you, I didn't know much about him because he's not a flashy, me guy, but he's well respected. And for Arkansas State, man, that's the kind of guy you got to say, hey, here's that guy.
We got that guy.
Yeah, because have you heard much about
David, I hadn't heard anything about him. Didn't even know anything about it. Here's as a casual sports fan, if you're a casual sports fan, you have no idea about anybody except what goes on at the University of Arkansas. Because nobody is pounding that guy.
I meant to bring that up to Terry Bradshaw to ask because I interviewed him the other night. But
5-time All-Pro, 4-time second-team All-Pro, 1-time All-Pro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and you said top 25 in tackles. He's going to have an outside chance if he keeps going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I mean, really, based on tackles. Now, we'll see if his career warrants it, but he says he wants to go 3 more years. So you end up going 17 years in the league, and you're 10th and 15th all-time in the history of tackles. There's a chance. I'm not saying he's going to go in for sure. Unfortunately, he's not been, he's with the Saints when they just could not get to the Super Bowl, when they had Breeze and they lost Breeze, and Sean Payton is gone now, but it's just really interesting. So Arkansas State, take advantage of that guy, man. It's.
Listen, you got to say he's one of our guys, a banner type. You say you got to let everybody know that he's there.
Did want to say
for recruiting.
Congratulations to all the athletes that were honored this weekend at the All Arkansas Preps Banquet. I already mentioned the male athlete of the year was a junior, Kane Archer from Greenwood, and the female athlete of the year, Skylar Starrett, is only a junior. She's already committed to Courtney Deifel as a junior. She's got the school record 100 meters, and she also hit like 570 in softball, 9 home runs last year, and she's a junior. So, again, a lot of the coach of the year was let's see, what's his name? Aaron Butler. He's a wrestling coach at Central. They'd never done anything, and so he got him on that path. So congratulations there. And last but not least, we already mentioned this once today, but want to mention it several times. Kennedy Holland is the new Miss Arkansas. She's from Miss Metro. Even Chris Kane didn't know.
Yeah,
I thought that was a little surprising.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was a little surprising. You don't know where Miss Metro is, huh? How many contestants do you think were in Miss Arkansas?
Oh, that's easy.
What is it?
It was 75.
What do you think, Josh? How many contestants were Miss Arkansas?
Oh man, about 17.
They're 47.
Oh man, close.
47. So, and this is the third different title that she had held in terms of.
Should have the other titles.
Yeah, it was like
Miss UCA.
Yeah, that's right. There was two. Yeah, so Miss Metro was the last. So what the ladies do? That's the way this thing works.
Oh, you have to.
To enter each year, you have to have a.
It's a portal. You get to go to a portal to get back in the game.
It is.
Yeah, everybody.
And I think Miss Arkansas, who was Miss America, Miss Arkansas, who became Miss America, I think she also did. I think she did the same. I think it's sort of part of the system where sometimes you've got to go to a different part of the state, even though
some different states.
Yeah, Savvy Shields. Remember, I was thinking, if memory serves me right, that Savvy, where you went to school may not be where you end up getting the crown to.
No,
it's like you said.
Yeah.
That's a great. It was a portal before. It's a pageant portal.
It was pageant portal.
It's a pageant portal.
Pageant portals. You did that, and I dare say that some of them would go out with someone from. Well, no, you'd have to stay in the state, wouldn't you? If you're going to.
No, it's got to be within the state.
Well, I mean, you can't be in Missouri and then be in the Miss Arkansas pageant. But I was wondering, has someone
moved in
played out
That's a good question.
Played out their eligibility in Arkansas and moved to Missouri?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Can you? I guess you can.
And then become Miss Missouri.
Yeah, I think that happened. I think we had an Arkansan who moved to Missouri, became Miss Missouri, and won Miss America. Boom. Put that in your pipe. I just worked right through that.
I'd like a
661-1037. Can anybody validate that? Is that true? There was an Arkansan who moves out of state. She became the Miss whatever from that state, goes on to win Miss America.
Well, if you just said put that in my pipe, then if you're listening out there, headband, do you have a match?
Roger, on this day, because you are king of all trivia, in 1884.
In 1884, we took a little trip.
This was the first ever of its kind that opened. It was, you should be able to get
the first
this
ever
of its kind.
Yep.
You should get this in less than 1 second.
Okay.
1 second after I tell you where it
Soda
was.
shop?
What's that? No. 1884, it was the first of its kind that opened at Coney Island.
Hot dog stand.
Dadgummit.
Oh, roller coaster.
Boom, got
yeah.
it. It's like
okay.
a
But would you go? No. I still nailed it. And let's have a second. You know what? Here's something I've been watching too, and because we're going to Boston next month,
Yes.
and you and I have been to Concord, or excuse me, Bunker Hill. We slept. We slept in a boat in that harbor. And all that. So I've been getting Samantha up on it. And this time of year, so many shows come out. And one thing that you can get on Fox Nation is Kelsey Grammer, who is narrating the history. It's my favorite history of all time is American history. And when you hear them talk about all of these generals and what happened in our country. If the older I get, the more I appreciate those sort of things. So just trying to think of 1884 and all the things that were happening in 1884, 1770, 1775.
You got the second one.
No, I nailed it. No, I nailed it.
Yeah,
I nailed it.
yeah.
Because
Now,
what you
you
do,
nailed the second.
because here's the deal. Because it was somebody up on there, and you can look it up right now. You can look
Hot
it
dog
up.
stand beside the.
Somebody up on the Ferris wheel said that'd be a nice place for a hot dog stand.
All right, Josh, I expect you to get this one. We've got to come up with our Hawks Homes movie for this week.
Yes.
I don't know if
You know what? Yeah.
And so I'm going to give you this actor's name. And
Okay.
there's I want you to tell me, between you and Roger, the first one to tell me what role or film is he known for. I think Josh will beat you.
Okay,
on this
go
one.
ahead.
I don't like
All right,
that.
ready? Here we go. This
Okay.
is the actor's name. John Cho.
Don't know John Cho.
John Cho, I don't know who that is.
Never heard of him.
John Cho. Well,
Yeah,
maybe
no.
it's Chu. Maybe it's Cho.
Still
C-H-O.
no help. Are you sure it's John?
Yes.
Because I mean, one time
want me to give you a hint?
You gave me Jan Stenerud.
He's been in several. He's been in movie series. Three.
Yeah, it sounds like
three
he's in
movie series.
John Wick. Is he?
No.
Yeah, I looked it up. I wouldn't have gotten this.
Okay, let me go to Roger. Then.
Is Cho of
He's not going to
Asian
get this.
descent?
He is.
Okay, yeah, Cho. Now I know Chris Ho, but not John Cho.
He won't get this.
Okay, he was in Star Trek, the remake of Star Trek.
Oh, is he?
Come on, you got it.
Yeah.
Come on. S.
Yeah, no, I get you, Mr. Sulu.
Mr. Sulu.
has to be.
He was the guy that Mr. Sulu. He's also in Harold and Kumar, those film series.
Okay.
And American Pie.
Wow,
was
he
in
is
all three of
typecast.
those.
Yeah, he is strictly typecast. But I guess if you
He was
have
great as
that look, you
he
have
was
to
great
be
as Sulu.
typecast.
I think he was great in Sulu.
Now, he was the one with the who was playing Kirk in those series?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine.
Okay, so absolutely he was great in that.
Yeah. Remember they're on top of
Now
that.
the
He pulls
Chekhov
it-
guy, is he dead?
Chekhov's dead.
He is.
Okay.
John Chu pulls out. They're on top of that deal when they drop
No,
down.
I never watched it.
Wow.
I never watched it.
Wow.
No, I'm a purist.
You never watched them at all?
No.
Well,
I take that back. I think I saw Chris Pine. You know who his daddy is. He played the captain in the motorcycle deal with Eric Estrada.
Is that right? That's his dad?
Yeah,
I
his
did not
dad's
know
name.
that.
He played. I think I saw Kirk's character riding a motorcycle.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Listen,
Then I turn off because you know what?
Josh, I don't know if you
see
agree
it.
because you're not really.
Do they have a young Khan in that?
No.
Okay.
But they do have a con, but it's a different con.
Okay.
It's not the same con.
So is it like in your Wicked?
It's
Khan
not
was a nice guy for a while.
It's Ricardo Montalban. It's not him.
Huh?
They have a different con.
Who's a what?
Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah.
What is
That's
that
that-
accent we're using there on that one? Ricardo Montalban.
He just came out. I don't know whatever.
Pertaining.
He had that because he talked about Corinthian leather.
Particular. It was
No, pertaining.
Pertaining.
is that in the original? That's when they put that scorpion in the ear of the guy.
Oh,
remember?
yeah, you've told me
that was
about
Khan
that.
in
Yeah,
Star
yeah,
Trek.
yeah.
Well, this
Yeah,
new
yeah.
one's a different kind of Khan.
You know, that's what they do when you get married.
What do we need to do? What movie do we need to go? What direction do we need to go?
Well, here's something. Now that I was telling you about that, if you haven't seen any of the stuff that I'm telling you about, look up I don't care where you go find it. You can stream it. The Kelsey Grammer. There's two things that
That's not a movie, though.
No, I know. I just want everybody to do that.
Yeah, all right.
And so because of that, it made me
Wanna go
think.
movie?
No, I want to go
historical
ahead.
movie?
We plan ahead now. Yes, I think we ought to
Patriot?
start thinking about a patriotic movie since the 4th is coming up.
We just
did 250 years of our Army.
We did a movie. We did an Army movie just 2 weeks ago.
Well, sure. But I mean, I'm thinking more of a patriotic, more. More colonial.
Seems like we should have a list, an ongoing list of what we haven't seen.
And Josh, would you please put together the list that you have of all the movies we've watched?
I'll have to go do some
I'll
digging.
put together what I have.
Because I
and
want
let's
to
see
see
if we can get it. We need to market.
We need to see what genre that we haven't covered. And do want to thank Hawks Homes for sponsoring this.
Have we done sci-fi?
We have not done horror yet. We've not done horror. We've not done sci-fi. Have we done sci-fi? No, we've not done sci-fi.
I don't think we've done sci-fi. Who?
Exorcist.
No.
Guys, we got to do Jaws. We have to do Jaws because it's the 50th anniversary.
Well, you could July 4th. That's Jaws is so good.
Well, it's the #1 summer movie, right?
It is the summer blockbuster. It's the first summer blockbuster.
Jaws 4. I put Jaws 4.
Yep.
Caddyshack 2.
Yep.
Wait, what about Caddyshack 1?
Rocky 5.
What about Caddyshack 1?
I haven't watched Caddyshack in years.
Listen, Caddyshack's a great one. Caddyshack's a great. How long has it been since you watched Caddyshack?
I watch it every night. I love Caddyshack. Are you kidding me?
Okay,
I think we quote it all the time.
661.
Yeah, some of you people. Not say you people.
Wow.
I mean,
you people.
No,
Did you say you call them you people?
You people.
Here you go. You find folks out there. Give us some suggestions on some of these things.
661-1037.
Again, they're movies that everybody should have seen, so we're not going to ruin it for you.
Anything. And plus, too, it could be a movie that is not well known, or it could be a movie that's super well known.
Yeah.
People, but okay, so you know what? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because I got some really terrible movie recommendations this weekend.
Oh, really?
People were like, "Oh, you got to see this Jamie Foxx, Gerard Butler movie." Like, I'm not going to watch that. It's going to be terrible.
That's actually a good movie.
It's not.
But
I'm sure it's not.
It's a good movie, but I wouldn't say that would be the movie.
Look, but you're like, "Oh, White House Down, Olympus is falling."
That's a great movie. We need to
Dude,
watch
you
that.
didn't like The Town, and you're like, "What about White House Down?"
White House
Come
Down
on.
was much better than The Town.
That is Roger.
What about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
No, I don't. Listen, I don't even want it brought up on the show.
Jack Albertson's birthday today. Just saying.
It is, but Jack Albertson to me. You know what? First,
oh my gosh, the job by that actor. How can you say that?
Can I tell you?
One of the great acting jobs of all time.
Can I tell
Not
you?
by him.
Let me tell you some useless information. Do you know the first time watching Jack Albertson? I know him from Chico and the Man.
Yes.
But you know what iconic movie he's in? He's got one scene.
He's in
Miracle on 34th Street.
Ah, is he really?
He's the guy working at the post office when they're sorting mail. Goes, "Hey, chick, you know all these letters that we have to get rid of? Yeah, what do you got?" "Oh, I'm thinking." And he shows them. They can get rid of all those letters. He sends them on down
Here
that
we
way.
go. Chico.
Chris Sweetie.
Here we go. Chico, don't be discouraged. The man, he ain't so hard to understand.
Chico, if you try now, I know that you can lend a helping hand. Because there's good in everyone, and a new day has begun. You can see the morning sun if you try. And what was his famous line in Chico and the Man? Chico's? Not my job, man.
Not my job.
Not my job,
Not
man.
my job.
He said, "Not my job, man." There's another line that he had too. Another iconic
And
would have been a T-shirt.
Josh doesn't know who Chico is. But
You
he
know
knows
him.
his son.
Freddie
He knows his
Prinze
son.
Jr.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes.
I don't know who
He
that is.
committed suicide, Josh. He was a 20-something-year-old comedian.
Chico was at the top.
Yeah,
I mean,
Freddie
top of his
Prinze.
game. Yeah.
And commit suicide. Unbelievable.
Also, I just want to appreciate the fact that this show really, it could be a conversation that is happening at your dining room table. Because this is quite literally happening at a dining room table, while people are cooking breakfast behind you guys.
It is. Now listen. Now think about the movie. You just said my name, Josh. What were you talking about? A movie?
Oh, well, I didn't know who Freddie Prinze Jr. was. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
I was saying that Baz said White House Down or Olympus Has Fallen is better than The Town. It was upsetting. It's very upsetting.
Oh my gosh,
White House Down is one of the greatest action movies of all time.
You're a menace.
Josh,
You're really a menace.
Saving our country.
Josh, when we come
Saving
back,
our
get the
country.
line from. Here's something else I want to get. If our friends will help us out here, that line that we get from the town, which is, "I need your help."
Yeah.
We get it from the Replacements, where Keanu Reeves says, "Chick stick scars,
Yes.
pain heals, yada yada yada."
Yes.
I want some other great iconic lines like that people, if you start throwing those out to us.
Mijo?
I like. No, listen. I sent
Friendo?
you,
Mijo.
Josh, I sent you a couple things over the weekend. I couldn't find Mijo or Amigo yet. That's okay. When I give you
Kimosabi?
the other one, couldn't find Kimosabi.
Oh,
no,
my
I
gosh,
did.
yeah.
You got to break it off though, Josh.
Break
with the
it
scene
off.
that I'm sending you.
Kimosabi.
Hopefully, you'll be able to get Kimosabi, Friendo. But he says it in conversation. It's not just by itself. So Josh has to isolate those
He's
things.
got to isolate those. That's what he does.
All right, and
hey,
let's hurry up.
If you missed the, we talked about it all morning. The game's at 1:00 today between Arkansas and Murray State. We will go to the pregame show at 12:30. So that's when the zone is done. There'll be no out of bounds. It'll probably feed into Double R's show today. Hopefully the Hogs will take care of business. So you can catch it right here on the Buzz, or it will be on ESPN. Don't go away. 9:30 live from Branson.
One day to come together to release the pressure. We need a holiday. If we took a holiday, take some time to celebrate. Come on.
Staley Electric presents Kevin Shaylin when he joins the zone this week for Hidden Gems with the Mighty Rib. Staley Electric, trusted since 1951.
This is Sports Center.
Do or die time for Arkansas baseball. It's win or go home for the Hogs as they take on the Murray State Racers today at the College World Series in Omaha. I want to thank all of our sponsors, Edwards Food Giant, Whataburger, and Bet Saracen for sponsoring our coverage. First pitch today is at 1 o'clock. You can catch it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. You can also watch the game as well on ESPN. Justin Acree will be checking in all day, and you can check our social media feeds as well on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Game 5 of the NBA Finals coming up tonight between the Pacers and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Right now, the series is tied at 2 games apiece as it shifts back to OKC. Tip-off is slated for 7:30 Central Time. You can catch it on ABC. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 40% chance of a scatter shower or thunderstorm for this Monday with highs in the mid-80s. We'll see clearer conditions as we go in for tonight with lows in the mid-70s. Warming up for your Tuesday, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of a scatter shower or 2. Highs tomorrow to the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Fellas, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Are you kidding me? Visit the TRT experts today at Low T Center for a free consultation and free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurances are accepted. With the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment, you're in control of your health. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com, and y'all can thank me later.
I'm Allison Greenwood. I live in Pulaski County. I got a notice from my insurance carrier saying that my premium was going up to over $1,000 a month. My insurance agent called me and said, "Hey, Farm Bureau has a new product." I said, "Well, tell me more." In less than 24 hours, I was signed up with the Farm Bureau health plan, saving over $500 a month, and I was a happy girl.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
I like to deal with people I know. Or at least people I feel know me. Imagine buying anything the way we buy cars. It would take you 4 hours to get out of the grocery store with a gallon of milk. If you're looking for your next new car, truck, or SUV and want a different way to buy, check out Fitz Auto. With in-house financing with an interest rate you'll be happy with. Oh, and don't forget your dogs. Stop by and drive away with a smile on your face. FitzAuto.com or on Stagecoach at the Curve.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports, and Monday, Rick Schaefer and I will be breaking down the Hogs versus LSU. Also, we'll have Neil Atkinson from Bed Saracen. And hogsports.com's Trey Biddy, thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. See you Monday on 103.7 The Buzz.
Hey, everybody, this is NFL Hall of Famer Dan Hampton, and I love hanging out with Baz and the boys on The Buzz. Tune in every morning so you can get the news just like I do.
I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later, and we're going to hurt some people. Whose car are we going to take?
Listen, that is
I like it. Yeah,
such
I like
a great line. Here's a couple of them that some other folks on the D3 Auto Sales text line. You some bitches couldn't close an umbrella. What's that?
Sounds like Al Pacino.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh,
I was doing Hoo-ah! How about this one? We're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, that's easy. That's y'all.
That's a great line, though.
Yeah.
Thanks to Neil Tate and his good time buddies. It was Chico would always say, "Looking good."
Is that what he was saying?
Yeah, man.
I'm in arms. We'll check in with Justin Edgar here shortly. Somebody said need to watch Jeremiah Johnson. Is that the one with
Redford?
Yeah, I've never seen that. Is that any good?
Yeah, I think it is a poor man's Revenant. Is there a scene in there where he's by himself? Doesn't he have to?
Yeah,
I don't know if he gets eaten by a bear or anything.
Brady and Conway says just go with it. Sandler and Aniston. Don't know about that one.
Yeah, I like that.
Somebody says, Basil, I think you're right. I think it was Debbie Turner from Jonesboro that ended up winning Miss America, but I don't think it was from. She was Miss New York or something. Maybe Acre.
Yeah, but did she win any pageants here and try to be Miss Arkansas?
So. Justin, are you there?
Yes, I know nothing about the history of the Miss America pageant.
Well,
I don't know that much about anything.
Well, we were talking about how girls will go to different, like Miss Metro, Miss whatever.
Yeah.
You've got to qualify, and the young lady who won the other day, she'd been in three different crowns.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
we were saying, has it happened where a girl from another state has gone, and we've had an Arkansan who won Miss.
Because the goal is to get to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Miss America.
That's right. That's right.
So will you go from one state? If you've exhausted all of your eligibility in one state, can you go to another state, win their pageant, and then go on?
Yeah, I
But
guess you can't.
Yeah, you don't lose any eligibility if you don't win, right? You can always come back if you don't win until you age out.
I don't know how many times you can.
Well, I think there's an age. I think it's like 28 or 29.
Yeah, there's an age out, but I don't think there's a tempt out.
No,
I could be wrong.
No, there's no tempt out. And then you
Try
go on
try
to
again.
Mrs. America.
We do have to.
Or Mrs. Arkansas.
Did I hear through the grapevine? It spread all over the internet. It went viral that your co-host.
This sounds like baloney.
This
already sounds made up.
No, that's your co-host, Justin. It's your co-host of what, a year now? DJ Williams presented you, gave you a gift, a shirt at Father's Day.
Sure
last
did.
Week. Is it? How
Sure
nice
did.
was DJ to do that? What a kind guy he is.
He is a great co-host. And the interesting thing is I had showed up soaked because it was pouring rain when I went out to the car that morning. And so I was drenched from head to toe, literally dripping water. And so my shirt was soaked. And for him to buy me a shirt on that day of all days was so perfect. What a wonderful David,
that?
you should be so lucky to have a co-host that is that kind and generous. Yes?
No.
Yes, Roger?
I have that co-host. I have that guy. I have that work guy. Everything I own is bought by David Batzel. Everything.
I will say this, Justin. It was it's so much fun coming up here. We stop at a grocery store in Marshall, and the guy gets, "Hey man, I'm a listener to the show."
Yeah.
And then last night at the Terry Bradshaw the show, there was probably 30 or 40 Arkansas folks who listen to the station. So it's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Somebody says 24 is the limit. Was that 24?
The age.
I was going to say,
Age, 24.
no, that's not right.
I
That's
think
not,
it might be.
24 is too
Well,
young.
that's college age. I mean, you normally you graduate college by that time, unless it's COVID year.
Justin,
I don't know, Rod. We got 6-year guys in baseball, so I don't know.
Well, I know that now. I
How's
know
Will
that now,
McIntyre?
So I wonder, can you have a COVID pageant year?
Yeah.
You know?
That's funny.
I don't know.
Listen, I want to say there was somebody a few years ago in Miss Arkansas pageant that had tried like 4 times, like 4 or 5 different years, and she hung in there and hung in there and hung in there and finally won the thing.
Well, you finished the articles a lot longer than I did. I'm usually out by that time.
Listen, DJ's dugout is obviously the place to be, Justin. I've noticed that it's the media hangout. Looks like that's the gathering area.
Yeah, they're buying us lunch, but they're getting a lot of good pub out of it too. Sonny's been a gracious hostess, and we've been coming up here for the last few years. Saturday was a who's who, Baz. You would have loved it up here. You would have fit right in. You and Roger being the celebrities that you are. But Darrell Walker came up. He was here in his Razorback garb, the proud alum. Ken Duke was in town. He was here to watch the Hogs, and they all left here disappointed. But
Coach
Cal was in the house. Hunter Yurachek. I mean, a lot of Board of Trustees members. Saw my buddy Kevin Crass in the house. I think he's stuck around for today. In fact, I'm looking out the window, and Kevin and Kathy are walking across the street towards DJ's right now. So he will be in here hanging out today. So, yeah, we're excited about today.
Well, that's the Alumni Association gathering point, right? Gathering site,
it is.
Right?
Yeah, they bought it out. So you had to buy a ticket to get in, but anybody was welcome. You didn't have to be an alumni member, but it was a little more.
Okay, so do want to ask this. By the way, thank you, Melinda Mayo. Debbie Turner was the first runner-up at Miss Arkansas. The next year she won Miss Missouri, goes on to win Miss America. She played the marimba. Marimba? What is that?
I don't know.
The marimba. Oh, yeah.
Is that speaks volumes about the chicks in Missouri.
Justin, by the way, you know what a marimba is?
It's like a xylophone.
Okay, I forgot. You're the music guy. I forgot about that.
He could have said anything. And
I would like to see that.
Yeah, we would have said, "Wow, pretty good."
So, Justin,
you could have said the pan flute.
What do you think? What do you think attendance will be like today for Arkansas at Murray State?
I think there will be more Razorback fans than Murray State fans.
Sure,
Let me say that.
Sure.
I think a number of people plan to come Saturday and Monday, and then probably have to go back to work on Tuesday, and then maybe roll back in, for the weekend. But listen, these Hogs are going to need you the most on Wednesday and Thursday when they start getting tired and thin on their pitching. It just occurred to me after I talked to you guys this morning that yesterday was probably Arkansas's last practice of the season, regardless of outcome, because after playing 4 days in a row, you're not going to practice on Friday, I wouldn't think. You're going to give them some rest, because then the championship series would start on Saturday. So I would think that was probably it yesterday.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, probably so. I didn't want to I didn't want to bother Cam and just say, man, you need to be focused. You're playing at one today. Don't worry about the call. We'll get you later. And he goes, yeah, we got to go one pitch at a time. So sounds like he's in the right frame of mind. I did want to say, Justin, because you're involved, you've done the Touchdown Club with us for so many years, doing the interviews before the meetings. We lost Ron Skaggs. I don't know if you'd got a chance to be around Ron or not. He was the guy, Justin, that set up the room with 3 other gentlemen. Every Touchdown Club for the last maybe decade or more would set up all the little stanchions and all the names and all the sponsors, and then he would be on stage as people would come up and get their picture made. Anyway, we lost him to cancer this past weekend, and so just a super volunteer, maybe the best we've ever had. Just so kind to everybody.
Very nice. Very nice man.
Yeah, super nice. And I'm sure if you saw him, Justin, you would recognize him. But he was one of the guys that makes that, organization like that work. A guy behind the scenes that takes pride in what he does. And
well, I always saw him when I first walked in. And then if you ever went up on the stage to get a picture and all that, he was the first cat right there at the top of the steps and greeted you with a hello and whatever and talked to me and Meredith all the time. So may he rest in peace.
Yeah, he had been fighting cancer, Justin, and had been through a tough round of chemo or for whatever, how many 6 months it took, and it came back, and he just said, "Man, I'm not going through that again. I'm gonna go out on my terms." And so anyway, just the thoughts go out to his wife and family and those kind of things. And but he's what makes the Touchdown Club great. And I know you've been a part with us for how many years you've been doing that with us, Justin?
Shoot, that's a great question. I don't even know. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, going back to we've been at the DoubleTree for what, 5, and then we were at the embassy. You guys were with us at the embassy, at least five over there, I would think. Yeah, have you ever made a list? I ought to make a list of course, I can help you.
Oh my
with
gosh,
all the folks that you've talked with over the years. I can tell you this: I've already got one well in the boat, but I got to get more. I got to get
one
more.
well in the boat. Can you give us a hint?
No.
So I'm going to start naming off.
Is it a dude?
I'm going to start naming off.
Yes.
As a sports guy, obviously.
Yeah.
Played ball?
Yeah.
If I start throwing out NFL helmets to purchase, stop me if I get one.
No, we're not going to do that. But I'll just say this, is that the first, as we always do, the first few meetings will be off the chart. Wow. I don't know if I can top last year. What was it? Favre, Lewis, and Dickerson. Yeah, the year before that was Manning.
Sharp, you can too.
Yeah.
I think
some of us are looking for you to go. Boy, what'd you say?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap things up from here. Branson, and we'll be going to Boot World. Justin, you know Branson pretty well, don't you? Justin, did we lose him?
It should be still up.
Yeah, Justin knows this area. I think I know he plays golf up here a bunch. It's got some great golf.
Justin Acree plays golf in Branson?
Oh, yes, there's a great golf course up here. It's the guy who owns the Bass Pro Shop.
He tells everybody he's Pete Rose.
Well, you know what? Joe Klein came up here with Shap and played for 3 days.
That's right.
Up here.
That's right. Well, that was part of they had to sit in on a timeshare.
Are you going to tell me, Josh, all your years at Missouri, you guys as kids, as students, didn't want to take a road trip to Branson?
we avoided Branson like the plague. I mean, that was because people your age enjoy it. That's not something that the 20. Well, no, it's fair. It's like, guys, was there anybody under 30 at the Terry Bradshaw show last night?
They weren't there long. If they
was Jessica the youngest person there?
Tickets.
I think it'd been really cute for you guys to go, hey, let's go to Branson this weekend.
Why not? Don't you like going to museums? Branson, the Museum of Entertainment.
Ripley's Believe It or Not, all that kind of
really
stuff.
Is.
Yes. All right, go away, 9:46.
The waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl.
At QC Kinetics, we're all about keeping you in the game, helping you get lasting relief from joint pain. That's why we're excited to announce that QC Kinetics is now partnering with the National Pickleball League. So many of our satisfied patients are avid pickleball players, and they're thrilled with how we've helped them get back on the court. As lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League, we're committed to help pickleball fans of all ages with the latest, most advanced regenerative cell treatments. These treatments use your body's own healing power, revitalizing and restoring damaged joint tissue the natural way, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Whether you're a pickleball fanatic or enjoy golf or running or tennis, stay in the game with help from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, proud to promote active, pain-free living as a lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League. Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
Are you dreaming of excitement and adventure? Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo of Russellville is the place to be. From the cost-effective and customizable Sea-Doo Switch pontoon boat to a one-of-a-kind Can-Am Spider, Hubbard Power Sports has what you're looking for. Looking for a Sea-Doo personal watercraft? Don't worry, we've got you covered there too. From a Can-Am Defender farm rig to the all-new 240-horsepower Can-Am Maverick R, we've got it all. With a large selection of Can-Am four-wheelers and side-by-side models in stock now. Stop by and see us in Russellville. Visit us at HubbardPowersports.com.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning?
RV wins!
Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping?
RV wins!
Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast?
RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
106.7 Buzz 2 is your home for Arkansas Travs baseball. Hear every pitch, every crack of the bat on 106.7 Buzz 2. For the full calendar, go to Travs.com. It's the greatest game on dirt, and you can hear it all on 106.7 Buzz 2.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spraying. Or stop by 65th and University.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
This is Miss Arkansas 2023 Corey Keller, and you're listening to Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
Coverage of the College World Series is brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
All right, before we go back to Justin real quick, I want to thank Lisa Lake from AT&T Arkansas. She made the point. Miss America 2024, Madison Marsh, is originally from Fort Smith, but she represented the state of Colorado when she won the title. She was the first active duty military member to win the Miss America title. So that's another one, Roger, another one that I was thinking maybe started their pageant career here, went somewhere else, won it, and like you said, ultimately, whatever it takes to get to the Miss America pageant to win.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
So that's two we've mentioned already. Justin?
Yes, sir?
Did you hear me? I think you jumped off before I went. Don't you play golf up here in Branson?
I used to play a lot.
Okay.
And I have played a number of the courses. I've not played the Tiger Woods course, but it is a great place to go on a guy's trip or a gal's trip and do golf if you're into that kind of thing.
What's the name of the place you always go to? Where you stay there? It's really nice. Not just the course, but the
area is
the resort. The resort.
Yeah. Well, there was an area there called Stonebridge, is where my ex-in-laws used to have a spot there, and we'd go stay at their place. And there's a course in there called Ledgestone, but they've renamed a few of the courses outside that area. But I mean, there are so many good spots up there, Baz. And the Tiger Woods course is hard to get on. You got to get a tee time way in advance, unless you're just like a single. But it's an incredible place to play golf for sure.
Yeah, so Shap and Joe, they spent 3 days up here and enjoyed it. So I've spent a little bit of time up here, not often. It's I just know this. It was not near as crowded last night. I've been up here where it's so crowded you can't even drive, man. It's just like
really. Oh yeah, you got to stay away from the main highway there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys get cranked up. You got a 2.5-hour show today, right?
Yes, 2.5 hours, David. I was really hopeful we'd be doing the full 3 because that means the Hog would have won, but they didn't. So,
yes.
So, yeah, we've got a few guys and folks coming by. We've actually got Bubba Carpenter swinging through, so we'll talk to him. Bubba's always brought to you by Johnston's Home Center down in Benton. We've also got Trey Biddy on at 10:30. Trey is always good to come on. He's brought to you by Tire Town Point S down in Benton. And at 11:45, gentlemen, we're going to have the new Miss Arkansas, Kennedy Holland, joining us in studio. I will not be there, obviously, but DJ will, and she will be on with us in the zone at 11:45.
Well,
you just leave a little bit for us there, bucko.
Wow. Oh, you guys didn't have her on today, huh?
No.
Well.
No, she didn't want to go to Branson.
Loses out on the sign, and now this. Oh, boys.
Yeah, that's right. First the
Look
sign,
out.
now this. Yeah.
It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we saw DJ was the first to interview her right after that. That's the new the way they do it now. DJ, Channel 4. By the way, did you hear Chris Kane's delivery on that, how he announced her, the winner?
No.
He's got 2 long pauses. Josh, if you had that, can we? I guess.
Did he say "and new" like Michael Buffer?
No, he just.
I wished he had.
He said, "And the new Miss Arkansas is," and he waited about 3
Your
seconds.
Miss Arkansas 2025 is
3, 4,
Miss
5, 6,
1,
7.
Metro.
He's got 2 pauses. He's got 2 pauses in there, man.
What a dramatic little fella he is.
Yeah.
I know he's done it. He's done it for 10 years. So, and how about the way the U.S. Open was finished off yesterday? Nice little putt
That
there,
was
64-footer.
I mean, I'm over there. You guys are all probably like me. Like, I'd be crapping my pants. I'm like, please, God, just let me 2-putt this. Please let me get this close.
I know.
And then he buries the thing. I loved it. Did you see the reaction from Shane Lowry?
No,
He was watching it happen as they were interviewing him, and they have this great.
Tyrell
I
Hatton.
did see that. Yeah,
Tyrell
I did see
Hatton.
that. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
Great. Good stuff.
It was Tyrell Hatton, not Shane Lowry. But.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, Hatton, not Lowry. Thank you,
now,
Josh.
Justin, I know you're a Saints guy. You're a Saints Packers guy, right?
Saints. Formerly
Yeah, so I had a
Packers,
chance to interview Demario Davis, who is the inside linebacker for the Saints, an absolutely great, classy guy.
He's
awesome.
awesome.
Did you know he's ranked 25th in the all-time tackling list in the NFL, in the history of the NFL? He's 25th right now.
Big deal. You ever tackle Bo Jackson?
No, yeah. He's a great guy, great interview. If I'm Arkansas State, man, I'd be hyping that guy like crazy. He doesn't get a lot of attention because he's not a real flashy, look-at-me kind of guy, but he's
phenomenal.
rock solid.
He's like Derrick Henry's guaranteed 1,000 yards. He's guaranteed 100 tackles.
Yeah.
He's such a stud.
Yeah.
I read his book a few years ago, and we had him on when it went out. It's a really good read. He went through some tough times, a lot of self-induced issues, right? I mean, he got himself in some trouble,
right.
but he came out on the other side, man. He's a real, I think, a great story and something to aspire to. And again, if you're a kid that's in trouble or done some dumb things, we all have. That's not the end of your story. It doesn't have to be. He's a great redemption guy.
Yeah,
for sure.
36 years old. He got in trouble in high school in the 10th grade. They had to go to reform school for 1 year. He goes to Arkansas State. Steve Roberts has to kick him off the team because he steals something from Walmart. He comes back, and then he stays the 3 years with Steve, and then Steve gets fired, and he gets that last year with Hugh Freeze, and that year they were 10-2, and then he blows it away at the combine with really impressive numbers. Yeah, it's a great story. He's got 6 kids. They homeschool their kids. His next to youngest one lost her eye because of eye cancer at like 5 months or 9 months or something crazy. Anyway, it's just story after story of good stuff. And if I'm Arkansas State, man, I'm flagged.
I've got his star on the walkway.
I said, listen, the other they lost the other great linebacker of all time at Arkansas State this year.
Berge. Oh,
but Berge. Yeah, Bill Berge, which he knew about Bill Berge, of course. So, all right, Justin, listen, get the win today.
Right, come on, do something.
Keep them going, man.
Roger, I think I'm zero responsible for the outcome.
Come on, man.
I'll tell you,
it's on you.
Hey, real quick, you know who else on Saturday, Baz? I don't know if I mentioned this earlier when you guys were I was on, but Ryder Helfrich's mom and 2 brothers came on the show on Saturday, the special we did. What an impressive family, man. You would love them. We got to get them on again. They are awesome. I'm going to try to get Ryder on a weekly deal next year. He's great.
Cool. Awesome. All right, you guys got 2.5 hours. Make it work. Make it count. Josh, good job back in the studio.
Same to you
Rod,
guys.
let's take care of business and head on back.
Let's go do some shopping in Branson. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get it all done because we're just going to keep going.
Josh, you want any boots?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Huh?
Boot World?
You want a bumper sticker that my buddies went to Branson and all I got was
you
it
parents and
nothing?
grandparents, I have huge news for you. Summerwood Sports, the state-of-the-art sports complex located right off Highway 5 in Bryant, is now offering 2 summer camps